your information to the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kebab, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kiribamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon. Spoon TV.
Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kebab, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon.
Hello there, welcome to the program Spoon Talk. You must listen to a program in the Republic of Liberia, around the world. It doesn't matter where you are. And Miss Brown, Jimmy Barrett. And James Goody Flomo is here. And the rest of the panelists will soon join us tonight. Or this morning, this evening. I'm not wrong, because there are so many people watching us, from different locations. So let me say good evening to James Goody Flomo. I see that Richardson also here.
Yeah, good evening, Honorable Chairman. You getting me?
Yes, yes, I'm getting you.
Good evening, Honorable Chairman and the new business tycoon in Liberia. How do you do?
I love that. I love that. I'm okay. How are you coming?
I'm okay, boss. How do you do?
Tell God thank you. Dada Richardson, long time.
Yeah, Chairman Byron, and good day. Hello, can you guys hear me? I'm getting interrupted.
Yeah, we getting
You
you.
guys appear to be. Is it bad? Do I need to go out and come back in?
No,
I,
you're
I don't think we're
alive.
getting sound from you. I think you're good from our end. But if you are not good to yourself, you can
You
go out and
can.
come back.
Okay, let me go. I'll go out and come back in because it's echoey to me. All right, I'll
Yeah.
do
Oh,
that.
okay. I think do that. The business guru of our days.
So, James, how's it started?
We get complain. We're managing. Tomorrow we resume it. We were on holiday break. Uh, International Labor. That is the International Labor Day. Here it is a national holiday.
Yeah, but James, my camera looks blurred. How is it from your end?
Um, you will
Is it
have to
okay?
close your camera and clean.
All right, then I'm going to wait for DJ Magic. He will do that.
I think it's okay that I already hate to see you in a better camera. It's okay like this. So, how is everything? The doctor is trying to come back. I love to see you. I love to be your boss. Yes, at least I'm okay than you.
I love to see your head as well, but it's okay. Yeah, yeah, that's just the formality of it. We'll soon start.
Yeah, I always love to see you suffer. So when me there, let me be at the top. I can be happy when I see you suffering.
It's fun
when,
too.
when I see the champion suffering, I can be happy. That thing can
Yeah,
bring me joy.
yeah. And when I see a round
So,
for two, I can be so happy.
champion, what's up?
Well, okay. You want to bring me to okay? Well,
Champion,
what's the time for your end?
the time is exactly 8 minutes past 10.
Okay, it is 8 minutes. Okay, eight.
I'm ahead of you
Let's.
2 hours.
Okay, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I'm ahead of you 2 hours. It's after 10 here.
Yeah.
So how did kids you shop?
What?
They kids you shop. How you doing?
What the drinks business is okay. It is okay. And James, you have to be very much in life, happy with what you have.
Yeah.
Hustle once it is
I love the
legal.
way we all promoting the shop, right? The
The
shop is
Liberian people.
currently the heart of the time. We
Yeah,
got
the
yeah.
Liberian people. The Liberian people
And
are
I
coming.
love how young people also. Sometimes I really feel happy when I see our colleagues coming over,
Yeah,
not rushing here, and then I really love it. I love to see us supporting each other.
yeah.
But
It
it's
is
just
not.
like I can't drink.
No,
If I
it is
were,
not about. Listen to me. It is not about alcohol,
allow
right?
me to talk. Now you
Yes,
are
the
talking.
people converge at my shop every
Mhm.
evening. I mean,
Okay, the
yeah,
data coming back.
yeah, every evening just to amuse themselves,
Yeah.
because some of the trending issues in our country. It doesn't matter who you are, where you
The
come
data is
from.
ready in Liberia.
Yeah, is she in
Yeah.
Liberia?
Yeah, she's in Liberia. If I were in Liberia myself, it was gonna be just like that, bro. I really love to see young people, helping their colleagues, not like trying to tear each other apart. When I see both opposition members and government supporters, everyone together, sharing from something, I can be happy. I can be like, yeah, if If I were there now, we hit him on our Fisi liquor seller.
That Regency is treating in like great. See how she's struggling just to get on the
I'm telling you,
Yeah, welcome to
I'm
Liberia,
thinking
Dr.
of,
Regency.
I'm quite a welcome. Can you guys hear me? Because you are coming in breaking up, and you look
Yeah.
like you're frozen. So if you can hear me, I'm gonna change my location.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I
we
gotta
hear
try
you.
and
You
come.
are very clear. You are very clear.
Oh,
You good.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll continue being clear. I will continue to stay on. I'm just having trouble, um, receiving what you guys are saying. You are frozen to me, but
Then
there's a delay in both
change.
of you.
Change. Then
And last
change.
night, I don't know what. Yeah.
Change. I think if it is freezing, I think you can change your location. Get
Mhm.
around the window part of the room.
You you didn't come in clearly, James. You said I received something.
I said if you are freezing, you can change your location and go close to the window.
I didn't. In the same, I may have to change location. I may have to go into another room
Yeah.
uh, and see how it works. But last night it worked perfectly. We had no problems at all. So I don't know, like the Chairman Barnes said to
Yeah.
Morovia.
That you're freezing.
So I'll try to change location if you guys have problems hearing me. But I'm having problems hearing you guys. You are coming out with a lot of echoes, and you seem to be frozen.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go out again and try to go to another room. Thanks.
All
I'll be
right.
back.
All right. Thank you.
James?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
while the doctor keeps trying to get a better place, we can continue. So, Baron, the rest of the team will be joining us. We are sorry our doctor is in Liberia, and it's like the internet is giving her some tough time, but she's trying to get everything okay, and she's going to be right back in a jiffy. So, Baron, while we are waiting the doctor to return and the rest of the team members to come on, can we go straight to some of the training happenings in the country?
I can do that, but do you think it would be prudent that we, recognize some of our viewers? I mean,
Yeah,
because
after
if they
all right,
come
all
back,
right,
they will
then go.
definitely
Yeah,
if
go
they come back,
ahead.
they will definitely ask us, to
Yeah,
read your
yeah,
book.
yeah, yeah. Since you started selling, you have improved. Go ahead.
And what's this? Okay, let us go up. Take this from the top, and I will join Jeans Good Flomo. This one's I'm watching from Preston, PA, USA. Maurice Saga and Jones Market. Say hi, everyone. Edward Kadima. He says, I'm watching from Dawistown Community. Joseph Colley is watching from Brooklyn City, Minnesota, USA. And let me see what I can go down. Patrick Nimlen is also watching. Hans for Joseph, he's watching. New Jersey, USA. And let us Jones Kate is also watching. Franklin Conan Ware. He's also watching Spoon Talk this evening. Nakita We are Robbers. Nakita is also watching Spoon Talk. J. Robbers B. Board. So what's up, guys? I'm watching from New Hope, Minnesota. Okay, thank you for watching. D. Stephen is also watching. Mabia Moore is also watching. Patrick Nimland is also watching. And Jones Kati say hi, Byron. Jones is also watching. Spoon Talk tonight. Dennis SKK Keke. Say good evening, the Spoon FN family. Good to be here again, watching from Dakar Mo Nima Kante. And Anthony Giflor is also watching Spoon Talk tonight. And Lai A. Cannon. Good evening to the peaceful citizens of our mother's land, Mama Liberia. I'm following live from the comfort zone of District Number 11, Caldwell. So Lai A. Cannon is also watching Spoon Talk tonight. Robertson Mumbo, watching from GSA Road Community or GSA Road, Pinsville City, Liberia. Antoinette Jala is also watching. And Cletus Weeks is watching from New Georgia as well. Let us go. So, Jeans, once you are ready, you can flow from your end. Lawrence Doe.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring back the doctor
Okay.
to see how her service is now.
Avin T. Raz. Okay, so far so good. We have so many people who are watching Spoon Talk tonight. That's
We
a
still freezing?
Well, a little better. And I hope you guys can hear me. I'm happy
Yeah.
that you are able to welcome the audience tonight. Yes, Baron, there are many, many people who are watching Spoon tonight. This is their station. This is where they come and get all of the information from diverse views. And our goal is for them to make an informed decision about issues that are happening in our country. We all want to work hard to make Liberia a better place. So it's good to be here with you, audience. I'm really glad to be here. There's different issues we'll be discussing tonight. I'm looking forward to the panelists rolling in. They all had a busy schedule days. Um, Worked hard today and they will be coming in from work. So, did you guys give me trending news yet? Or did I miss that? What's
No,
going on in the country today?
we were waiting for you.
Okay, great, great, great. So, may I ask, Byron, what's going on in the country tonight? And then we're gonna go transition over to Good Day, and then we'll probably have discussions about what's going on in the country.
Well, so from my end, it is coming. It just came as a breaking news. And by the way, Front Page Africa newspaper is carrying this in its major headline, where the Mr. Abochie, the pro tem, Senator Abochie, he has accused the U.S. ambassador to Liberia, McCarthy, of being a supporter of the opposition bloc on the basis, allegedly, on the basis that the U.S. ambassador to Liberia is meddling into our politics. So this is trending right now in our country, and some media institutions are running with this. It comes a day after an information was leaked that President George Weah allegedly wrote the American government complaining Mr. McCarthy that he's interfering into the domestic politics on the politics of Liberia. So if you check the Front Page Africa now, the Front Page Africa newspaper, it is right now trending, in all of the local dailies. And additionally, the Unity Party has officially filed a complaint to the National Elections Commission about the alleged denial of thousands of its supporters from registering during the biometric voter registration exercise as a result of defective machines. So this communication came from the angle of the Unity Party's, chairman, the national chairman, Mr. or Reverend Luther Tappet. So far so good, and there's a picture that James Goodday Flomo has. I'm not going to go into it because it was James who broke this news, and he's going to also give you this identical information. So basically, for my end, there are so many trending issues, but basically, these issues, the Unity Party accusing or filing a complaint against the government of Liberia, and Mr. Protem complaining the U.S. ambassador to Liberia of being an opposition, fighting for the opposition community. So these are some of the trending issues in our country. So I will leave this identical news to Mr. James Goodley Flomo to break it.
Yes, I apologize, Baron. You are still coming up in an like broken fashion to me. I hope good day. If you try to speak, you should be okay. I actually just moved my seating position, and I'll continue to do that until I can hear you guys well. So the gist of what I heard from you, uh, Baron, is that, and I saw that in on Front Page Africa. Let's give credit to Front Page Africa that the Senate is actually accusing, as you said, the American ambassador, the outgoing American ambassador, of lying, actually falsehood, which is lying. He said the ambassador is lying on this government by saying that at the tune of $60 million, $65 million is given to the government, and the ambassador said that they're given for education and healthcare, and they are not seeing the outcomes of the money that they are giving to the legislature. And so the pro tem said that the ambassador didn't go out and see all the different projects that that the legislators are doing. So it would be good for people in the district to call in later on today to tell us how these projects are working. Are these projects at the tune of not only $65 million, but are they at the tune of, the $30,000 that they usually receive from the Liberia's budget? So I thought that was interesting. He actually challenged the American government. The pro tem did. So it's going to be an interesting back and forth. I'm waiting to see what the American ambassador, how he's going to respond to the pro tem. James, good day. Do you want to chime in to say, I want to welcome Isaac Vatubak to the show? Isaac Ava, welcome to the show. James, good day. Do you want to chime in?
Yeah. Basically, I don't know whether you want to talk about this. Yesterday, the chairperson or the embattled chair of the National Patriotic Party, Senator James Barney, was in Maryland County. He stayed there and he had a town hall conversation with his citizens. Remember, he's the senator. And during that conversation, he confessed that during his life,
What did you say? Say that again, James. You're coming into me not so clearly. He confessed what?
I wanted to talk about it, but I don't know. Something happened in the back. He went there. It's one of the primary discussions for tonight. You're going to dive into it. So let me slip and go to another side. I don't know. Since today, I've just been like.
But wait, what's the topic that you're moving from? They begin James. He shouldn't have said.
I hear you good, so I know what he's talking
But
about.
CEO, you get a man breaking news, then you want him to say it? No, I didn't give him a breaking news. It's one of our story, one of the major discussion for tonight. So, but you understand, James, he must say everything. So, well, I mean, it was too early for him to bring it up.
Yeah, another one.
No, go ahead. Just brush it up, James. Brush it up. Go ahead. Talk about it.
Just a brush up. The embattled chairperson of the National Patriotic Party had a town hall meeting. And in this town hall meeting, he confessed that United Party did well for the people of Maryland County. It was during the United Party regime that that he saw paved road. It was not President Todman who built Maryland. There were people who worked there because they were making money. They built Maryland County, and this government is not doing well. The government has not provided job for the people, so Unity Party should be praised instead of this government. And then we moved to the rebirth of Thomas Fowler that is taking place in Maryland County. We saw the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I have a guy there who sent me all of this information I'm talking about, but he preferred not to be named. The speaker went there having meeting with some people, some of his residents, about 400 community members in a specific place in Plibo. There he gave 300,000 Liberian banknotes to them. Each person took home $750. So we have the picture here. You're also going to dive into that. We have everything set up for you. You're going to see money in pocket they carry. Yeah. Yeah. We're not hearing you. So far, that's
No,
all.
hey, can you turn something off? Something is playing in your background, or maybe that's what Rich is saying. You have another device on or your TV on, Isaac?
No, I can mute myself so you can see if it's still
No,
on.
it's better now. It's better. Dr. Richardson, can you unmute? Maybe it's from you. Oh, it's better now, so we can have a good show.
Yeah.
So,
So,
Dr. Richardson, who are you going to? Ava or Maine? Ava came in first. You can go to him.
Yes, I'm going to Ava first. There are three topics that were trending. The first one was the Senate pro tem responded to the American ambassador in many ways, saying that the ambassador is lying on the Liberian government. And of course, you heard James Goodday talk about, uh, I believe it was James Bonney. I didn't get him clearly, giving a lot of credit to the Unity Party for building Maryland County in Liberia. And then lastly, I heard him speak about money being issued to the people in Plibo, Maryland, about seven at the tune of $750. And James said he has pictures to show us with that, right? So I'm gonna go to you.
yeah, I said 300,000.
It was that
300,000
$750.
US dollars.
300,000 to 400 community dwellers, each person taking home 750.
Yeah, I just
350 what? LD?
Yeah, LD.
okay. So you said okay. I didn't get you clearly. I'm not getting clearly. You said 300 to 400 community members.
300,000 Liberian
Oh,
dollars.
300,000.
Yeah, to
Okay.
400 community members.
What?
To 400
Yes.
community
All right, let's
members.
move on. Let's move on. You understand it when we gave you the pictures and tell.
And
Let's just
each
move on.
person will
Ava,
carry 750.
Ava, she said you
I'm
should go
sorry.
ahead with your intro.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody, especially our listening audience. Hey, Al Hussein, you look a little bit happier, my man. You're not looking fast today, so I'm happy for you.
I mean, as the only independent person here on your ANC platform,
Stop. You don't take off the hat?
I get it hot to the hot.
Hey, then you're not independent. So let's stop jabbing the space. Yeah, so the topics are interesting, and hopefully we have a little bit of side notes. The situation in Liberia is dire. People keep taking it for a joke. And then I mean the topics themselves will speak for themselves. But let me just say overall, I think the opposition is in a good place in general, and I think specifically the ANC is in a very good position for these elections coming up. And I just want to send an open invitation out to the people out there. You know, a lot of people don't feel involved. And this thing for me is an inclusion thing. I don't think Mr. Cummings, the current ANC, configuration, can by themselves rebuild Liberia or make an impact on the change we want. So we need everybody involved. All of you out there who are bystanders, choose an opposition path. Whether you want to be with the ANC or whether you want to be with the CPP or whether you want to be with Boyka, choose it. Don't be a silent person. Be a part of this democratic revolution that's going to take place in October 10th, 2023. Because it's important that you express your franchise, that you try to make a decision, that you try to get involved. This is a civic responsibility of citizens to vote, really. Yes, some people can say they won't vote, but encourage everybody to be a part of this process because it will determine how we move forward in the future. whether we can really move forward with accelerated pace, whether we can just move forward 1 or 2 steps, or whether we're coming do the same thing we've been doing all the last 6 years or even regress. So, that's just the basis I want to set. And the topics that we have today will basically speak to some of those things. So thank you.
I think that Richardson, as you know, she's somewhere. Internet giving problem a little bit, but it was my turn to speak, right? I believe so, Isaac.
Yeah.
And then from there we go to Al Hussein, who is supporting Jose Yima Boakai. I think James was talking about, and he going to show the clip or the pictures that the speaker. It's very important though that we all understand this. The speaker got a huge amount of money in WeBorrow, huge amount of money. In Ghana must go bags, huge amount of money, just traveling with it. The amount that James talked about is just the little one James have seen. But I've had this guy is traveling with Liberian brand new notes. The one that Prince Johnson said were printed 64 billion. Look at the picture, Ava. Just look at that. It's all on Facebook. That's the speaker. Liberia speaker. It's like Kevin McCarthy traveling with money and giving in his district in California and saying, take. Yeah, in America. That's the speaker of the House of Representatives. Imagine.
Let me name the place where the distribution took place.
You will. We'll come back to you. Hold on 1 minute. Let me do my own intro now, James.
Good day. Enjoy the topic.
No, because you know what? Good day is enjoying it because that's what we have found ourselves, a CDC government that continue to do these things in broad daylight. And you said it right. The guys don't have no machine. There's no need to go back door. Nothing. They would do it. They would give the people the money. And imagine he giving them 7,500 liberty. 700 and what?
50.
And can you imagine within our country? That somebody said, I will give you 500, go vote for me. I will give you 200, go vote for me. I will give you $300 US, go vote for me. And this guy is giving liberty that they printed. He signed that they should print new money during election season. It was the reason why he decided to sign and say, go print new money, because I want mine to go and give it to my people. A CDC speaker with no shame face, pure dry face. The man take the money. No, put the picture back up. I know I honor my two seconds. Put the picture back up, James. Imagine they get soda, they get cola, and the basket full of money. I want you to put the one that the money in the basket. Look at the money in the green basket. Al Hussein. Look at the disgrace. And when the United States ambassador talk about pay to play, every one of them say, no, you're wrong. When the United States ambassador talk about they receiving 65 million United States dollars for lawmakers, all of them say, you don't know what we're receiving it for? But somebody call him Buffer Chamber. Somebody call him Buffer Chamber. Can somebody do the exchange rate? 750,000.
Yeah, 150. That's $5. $5. And I believe the rate probably even 160 now. So, it's less than $5.
So imagine the insult to our mothers, insult to our father, insult to those that didn't go to school, that do not understand. Imagine what is happening under a George Manawia-led government. But I'm not going to take our house in time. I want Dr. Richardson to come back. I told Dr. Richardson, I don't know where you are though, but you need to be on the show today. But folks, If you listen by way of radio, Spoon FM, Super FM, Fabric FM. If you listen, just pay attention, please. Spoon TV Live, Super Fabric TV Live. And go on YouTube and follow us. We will give you video of the protem saying nothing but tabata about the ambassador. And now, the third man in line to the presidency, right? And how they call them? Maybe somebody can help me. This guy today, if there is no Joe, we have no Joe Howard Taylor, he will be your president, the speaker. He take the money that they sign out for, the money that they put a signature on. He cared to account it, to give it to the people. Get them fadara. That's a disgrace. After he ate the people cola, he get, we got a lot of information. I shouldn't dwell on this. We got Mr. Coleman's story coming up. Surprising story to Dr. Richardson and Avatoba. What was Mr. Coleman? Mr. Coleman took a delegation to Grand Bassa yesterday. Why? Hey, Avad. I know you're going to go crazy on this one. Al-Hussein, Mr. I won't come to you, Fadika. I want you to think and talk to us about this quick before Dr. Richardson come in. Why, Mr. Cummings? My information reason the Spoon decks. Mr. Alexander Cummings, visitor Yomli Kanga Lawrence. Those that went on that visit, Louis Brown, as you can see, he was part of the delegation. Go ahead, James. Toga McIntosh, my own pape, great way, he was part of the delegation. Go ahead, James. We got the councilor himself, Yafa Bape, that's his name. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. No, this is my Teresa. This is my Teresa, but put the councilor up real quick. The information reaching out, you didn't have the councilor name, that's fine. Mr. Cummings led a delegation to go meet. He went. This is just our intro. I'm not going to get into it. But I want you guys to, look at my Oma, my Teresa. I can't wait to meet the Oma. And the Oma,
you say you were there too?
Oh, my man, bye. Let me do my talking by. I beg you. You know the story you had it for us. Let me do my talking.
2 minute over.
But okay, my 2 minute over, the man called me to check. James, take it down. You see, the man getting scared. Like, you see, my 2 minute over. But Fadiga, my brother, Mr. Cummings went to Grand Bassa County as Nicodemus. We have the information. We will give it to the Liberian people. Why he went to Grand Bassa, why Louis Brown, why Toga McIntosh, why Councilor Yafwa Bape, his name, sorry, I'm mispronouncing his name, who he met. He met the Yombli team. What the Yombli tell him, they left hurriedly from Grand Bassa. We're going to dig into that story. I have the entire thing. I got pictures, but people are saying, not show the picture. That's why you came on the show for. No. We just got to explain what's happening. And the Liberian people need to know that Mr. Cummings is in no way, as he's striving, doing everything possible to find a VP. Something is just not right. Hassan, take it from me, my brother. I'm talking too much today because I am Dr. Richardson got a diagnosement tonight. Something is happening. Why Mr. Cummings went to Buchanan? We got to give the Liberian people that story. I think I take it away, my brother.
Well, man. Well, I will speak to that, but let me say something, and then it will enter into that. You see, election is very interesting. The election process is very interesting. One of the things, this speaks to something that the CPP/ANC folks usually accuse people of. You don't stand for nothing. Where's your principle? What do you believe in? Where is your moral? Do you stand for change? And always pointing at accusations, you. But you see, one good thing for some of us that follow election process, you see, the process of electioneering do not seek after the quality of vote. There's nothing in an election period that says that your vote has certain quality. It's individual that vote. They can say they bless your own vote, your vote gets special blessing, or you got special vote. What people look for in an election will look for the quantity of the vote. So you are elected based on the quantity of vote that you acquire rather than the quality of the vote. That is the first deception. And I must put that out. So most time when people go on accusing people, and the reason why sometimes the messaging is not, and people are still struggling, that's one of the reasons. And I will start with one quote by Dr. King. He said, "The hottest place in hell is reserved for those in a period of moral crisis who maintain neutrality." A lot of people can maintain neutrality in so many ways. By sticking to your gun, by sticking to your moral, by sticking to all the other things, forgetting about the greater good of the people, forgetting about what is at stake. The biggest problem is what we explained with Buffer Chimo and this government. This is a government that has proven to not be in the interest of the people. This government is a government plagued with self-aggrandizement. This is a government that we all the candidates can agree that it has to be gone like yesterday. This is a government that we can all say that most of the top political contenders in the opposition, they will all be better president, make better leaders than what we have right now. So I won't spend my time going after any other politician or any other candidate, but I want you to also believe that it is my right to support who? By standing with Joseph Human Boyka. Look, if election was a beauty contest, I would give this election to Madela Cooper today. Hands down, she will win landslide. Probably then I will go to Joseph Boyka and make him win because of his infectious smile. I'll say, oh, you know what, Mr. we'll give it to him. Or we'll give it to Mr. Cummings, probably tear place to Mr. Cummings because he got 6 pack. But it is not it's not a beauty contest. It is a race that is about the Liberian people and who they want. And some of us believe that at this point they are looking towards the UP. But more importantly, we have to keep our eye on the prize. And we're going to continue pushing for opposition unity. When I see Mr. Cummings in Grand Bassa County, I see a man that is desperately searching for a running mate. I see a man that will go through every length that's is starting to understand that election is not
I'm sorry
about.
to jump into your time. You know, I'm not that rich is saying. You know, I just do this thing because I like it. Let me ask you a question, Fadika. Fadika, let me ask you a question. If you see a man that is desperately in need of a running mate, why have he come to this point? Why are you at this point? Who brought you to this level now that you're desperately in need of a running mate?
He overplayed his hand. It's when you overplay your hand, this is what happens. Look, you don't want to be reactionary. You don't want to have a knee-jerk reaction. You want to look. We have 5 years. Come on. Most people don't start looking for VP 6 months later. I mean, all the candidates, I blame them for making all this halubalu about VP pick. These are things that should have been at least, they should have had a list by this time. People should have known who they were carrying if our politics were not marred by backstabbing and inconsistency and all those different things. But we are beyond that now. I think they overplayed the hand. I think right now is injury time, and in an act of desperation, they are going to everywhere. And I won't fault people for that, because in politics, it's not animated. People, you don't have to be enemy because you don't support you. That's why some of the guys that cast their belief in stone and married a position, I feel sorry for some of them. This is why it is important for our political leaders to rein in their supporters, those overzealous ones, to prevent them, to not worship them, because we are not looking for saints to be our president. Nobody's looking for, even pastors do get it wrong sometimes. We are not looking for saints to be our president or vice president. We are not looking for everyone that will get it right morally 100%. But we are looking for people that the first tenure of democracy say that the majority will support. And then we can look for other qualities in them. And when I look in the field of opposition candidates, I think they are all equally competent. I see Mr. Cummings is very competent. I see Mr. Boyka is competent. I see Dr. Monuma, a very young gentleman. I don't think this is his time, but this is his right. This is his right to jump in the race. I see Tiawon Gonglo. I see all kinds of people. I see Jeremiah Kun. These people, this man been in the Senate for more than
So
9
how
years.
long is Al stationed to talk for? I tell you, it was just 2 minute intro.
So the ANC people read him because
You can stop him though. That's your right, Ed. You can stop him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's gonna go on. He's gonna be going on and on and on, and we cannot be spectator on this platform. Good day, Mr. Fadiga. Good day, Mr. Cooper, and good day, my brother Spoon. The thing about it, when people begin to call criminals like Prince Johnson, as the way forward for our country, we are concerned. When you begin to call Jeremiah Kuhn, who is the bad boy for Prince Johnson, a convicted Majinski or Manicki or whatever it is, convict, we cannot sit there and be listening to that. So, good day.
Remy, let me correct you. The sanction that the American people...
We have to talk too. We have to talk. Let's talk.
Hold on, guys. Guys, hold on 1 minute. Guys, hold on 1 minute.
Fadika, hold on.
Fadika, hold on 1 minute, guys, please. I beg Fadika, I beg you.
I mean, you got a criminal like Prince Johnson. You gave me everything.
Something about this thing that you guys got to get right. You're what best of friends on this show.
No, we are.
Went on the other side.
No,
so,
we are.
I know you guys are friends, but now this thing is about who you support.
No, we are.
No, you got your 2 minutes. Make your point.
If you want to change like bro, we got to be serious. You cannot have a man who looks at someone who's innocent at point blank and shoot them, end their life, and he's coming on a platform to talk about somebody wasting hot water on someone that's temperamental. You understand? People got to be serious about our country. This is why I say if Mr. Cummings is not in the run-up, I'm not going to support our ticket because it's going to be business as usual. Look, let me tell you something. When we look at the group of individuals that are playing the game, the old hands, the establishment, we have to be serious about our country. If some of us are going to be on the extreme, that's the only way you win election. There's a reason why people like Donald Trump will come on a stage and win. You have to be on the extreme. Let me tell you, playing politics from the middle, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Look, too many individuals are poised to rip that country again. It's just that one or the other trying to outperform the other and come into a stage where they'll win, and then their group of individuals start plundering the country. And few months ago, the same Prince Johnson was yelling for people to come to his aid to help him to establish a school. Then the same crook came back and said they were paying him to play. Play what? You understand?
But I think you're missing our discussion point tonight, though. Maybe you didn't listen to it. You are missing our discussion point tonight. Maybe I beg you. This is not about Prince Johnson today. We are not.
I want to make it about Prince Johnson, my brother.
But let me do your intro with the discussion.
I mean, I'm surprised that Joe Parker will bring Prince Johnson over him.
Okay, but anyway, let me give Dr. Richardson back her show. I hope the internet.
Yeah, you want to get somebody that Prince Johnson a voice again?
This is crazy. What Alva is looking for a cover up in his own house. Let's have a wonderful show. Dr. Richardson.
Tell me what the show is about. I'll be
You're right. Dr. Richardson, can I go first?
Yeah, I'm glad that you stepped in, and I'm happy to see all of you here today because I'm definitely having some difficulty with the internet. So I couldn't get on. I assume you guys were talking about Prince Johnson.
No, we wasn't talking about Prince Johnson. Your brother from your political party brought in Prince Johnson. We wasn't talking about Prince Johnson.
Oh,
It
okay.
had nothing
Then
to do with
yeah,
Prince
so
Johnson.
if you
We
want
were
to-
talking
okay.
about the discussion that we met in.
Indirectly,
They're
Fadiga,
having sleepless night.
indirectly, Fadiga was talking about Prince Johnson because he was talking about quantity of votes rather than quality of votes. He brought the whole thing up.
See,
So let's set this thing up because it's important. Our audience want us to take this thing topic by topic.
Let's do that.
As we move on.
Let's do
Okay,
that.
Sure.
we shouldn't
I
jump
have-
around. So send that to Richardson having technical issue. I know that maybe Eugene is coming on. Salamatu is off today and Leo is off today. We're going to go ahead and have a good conversation. At some point, I have to leave. If Dr. Richardson stay having technical issue, that means Eugene, when Eugene is not here, Fadiga will have to take over the show. But again, Dr. Richardson, that's your show. Let's go through our discussion.
Yeah. So we can go on with our opening comments. I think that's why I left the show. Fadiga had an opportunity to give his opening thoughts.
We did that already.
There's still 30 minutes, Doc. There's still 30 minutes.
He's in favor of all of the political candidates. I heard Remy Gray speak a little bit about taking a position. So I want to go on to Ava Tukpa. I don't know if he spoke.
Ava spoke. Yes, Ava spoke.
Okay. So what about you?
So it come back to me for us to move around now, right?
Yes.
So you wanted to know why
All right.
Why
So
the question was
the first thing, let's try to correct something.
Just wait for a second. Let's just hear.
The first thing first, let's correct something. It is important for our show because I believe that credibility is important. I'm not saying we are not credible, but sometimes we err. Okay, and to err is human, to forgive is divine. I want to go back to yesterday. A lot of folks call me and they send me messages. Was George Minor? I know I'm not taking us away, but let's discuss this, please. And I hope Fagon was on. He will be coming on shortly. Was George Minor we are invited today? King Charles coronation. It was a lot of folks coming around with that question. We need to satisfy this question. Was he invited? Just real quick, and you get 5 seconds to answer. I see you say shaking your head. What say you?
If we can believe the communication that out there, there's something from the British embassy confirming the invitation. But in all international information and press, George Weah is not listed anywhere as an invitee. The list of presidential invitees were clear. The list of the countries were clear. The list of the Commonwealth associated countries were clear.
So I will hold you right there very quick with this question. The CDC folks sending out something on Wikipedia. We know since I've been in school, they say, please do not hold Wikipedia to be a credible source. Please don't do that. If it is true, will you agree today that he was invited? Because on that Wikipedia, they have the American flag and they get George Minor Weah.
No, let me tell you, the Wikipedia page does not have George Weah.
No, it does.
Except the modifier. Show me the link. Let me click the link and go there and see it.
Beautiful. And I like that. That's why I bring in the conversation.
Because I checked that Wikipedia link and I did not see it yesterday.
Okay. So today I was in serious argument with one of us here on the show. On the Wikipedia, if you go on Google, you search who was invited. The link come up. I think James is working on it. You can see George Minor Weah, his name is there. Maybe somebody, you say somebody add his name. I don't know
how Wikipedia page is edited.
Now, my question to you, Fadiga, a newspaper, credible newspaper, European newspaper, right? It's here. The same structure of list of the Wikipedia that had George Minor Weah name. On the same list, George Minor Weah name is not there. So now, not to waste our time because we got a lot of stuff to discuss tonight. Who fault it is? As a country, what will you do? Will you not send those information to the media and say the president is going on the trip, let his invite? I want to come back to you, Ava, real quick.
I don't think you share the invitation in terms of the actual invitation from that country. I didn't see it for the times that Ellen was invited, but in George Weah's situation, Senegal lie to us all the time, so the people want to demand proof. And in this particular case, I don't believe a formal invitation was extended. I believe the race issue, probably with the British embassy to that effect, and they sent a press release from the British Embassy to say XYZ.
So here's the Wikipedia page. From the Wikipedia page, on here you see George Weah, president of Liberia, which is 78. And on 90 would be, 79 would be Mario Aldo Beltis. So the list, you see, CDC argument. This is our invitation. We were invited.
They're not saying that, man. Stop it.
No, they are. They are. CDC, no. So what you want to say, Alpha Dika, Irami? CDC argument saying this is our invitation. We are not giving you the hard copy, but we are telling you that our name is on the list. So President George Mana, they said, Mr. President, your name is on the list. Look, your name is here. Liberia, you're the president here. Buy your ticket and go to the program. Are you not buying that, Alpha Dika?
Well, whatever the case, one thing I noticed about the CDC government is they would do everything to discredit the media. And how do they do it? They put all these conspiracy theory out there. They put their own things and create something to appear fishy. That one of the things they did to my good friend, they would always put up their own story and jump ahead of it, so that when you go with it, they know the truth, they withhold the truth, and like to damage your credibility, I think. And this is an attempt to damage our credibility. I think we have the resources which will verify this information as a reputable government. You said Ellen didn't do it. Ellen did it sometime, but even the United States, I tend not to use our country as a good example, but look at countries that want to emulate good countries like the United States. Everywhere the president goes, there is a press release, there is an announcement on every media institution, except where it's a classified mission, which is certainly is. All the information are put out there so that there's no ambiguity, so that we don't go squashing our head to see, is that right? So the president just do not respect the Liberian people that employ him. So he will go on trip with Algeria or any information, because you know what? He gets away with it. But right, I do not know what to believe, and we have to be very careful, because what they want to do here is to have a got you moment. They will go and put a full story out there. Once you get confused, then they come up with a real story. You see it, this is the proof. When they should have provided that for it. Oh, you see it? So that when you talk
so
again,
real quick, you're right, because they have done it before, so you're quite correct. Iremi, what's your take though? They didn't put out the information. They gave that announcement on the executive management website and said, listen, the president taking a trip, blah, blah, blah. He slept in Ghana, by the way. You know, he got to spend his one night in Ghana. His folks are watching the Arsenal and Chelsea game. They were already ahead of him on their own enjoyment. We'll play that video. But your own take now, our president, the Liberian people, hired this guy. And he's going on this trip without proper information.
Okay, so can I come in?
I beg you, Iremi first. We'll come back to you, Abba.
You know, we continue to downplay these people's
Power off.
We continue to downplay their sophistication. These people are sophisticated criminals. You know, and that's what a criminal is supposed to be. They are supposed to live one step ahead of you. The thing is, they didn't anticipate that this was going to be a point of discussion, especially on a network like ours. So, but as usual, you can tell that once they start putting things up like this, Ivor was quick to have gone to Wikipedia, and a page was not created. Now probably we need to go there and look at the history of that page when it was even updated. It can be done. And that's to tell you how sophisticated these people they are. They're not going to put you can't look at the British tabloid today or a British newspaper run by Rupert Murdoch or whoever it is, The Guardian, and see the list of individuals that's supposed to be there, and our president is listed. He's nowhere to be found on any credible source. But then, as I will say, they have created this this interlocutor so that you see it like it's a diversion. And that's what criminals do. They create two narratives. So you kind of confused now in the middle, you're dancing. But I'll tell you what, this president don't have to be invited for him to just use the occasion to haul money from our coffers. You understand? And this is what this is all about. I still don't believe that. I mean, George Weah has made Liberia so insignificant that nobody want to be
So let me,
involved.
because this is our conversation. I hate to interrupt you, but let me move to Dr. Richardson real quick. I think Ava is still researching something. We'll end up with him on this one. Dr. Richardson, we are getting those conflicting, information. Wikipedia say our country fled. George Weah name is on the list. Newspaper coming up from Europe saying no, he's not on the list. People naming this, and the list just continue to go on and on and on. What's going on? The press folks within the executive mansion, people that are doing those work, what's happening? Why are they so bad with information? And now look at the money they're talking about. Joe, we are taking 200,000 United States dollars to go run transportation alone. Joe, we are sending his boss ahead. Imagine that, Dr. Richardson, I'm setting this up for you. Look at the commissioner, maritime commissioner, our own friend Eugene Nangwe with his boards. They are on the way to watch Chelsea and Arsenal game. They went ahead. They are ahead team, right? These guys are celebrating here with the video. Yes. Imagine that's what you have, my people. That's the King Charles III coronation program going on right there. I want Liberians. I want Liberians to see this again. It is very important. The go-ahead team, the guys they're preparing the way for President George Weah. They say he's coming. He's going to attend the program. He has taken Summit to have given him the money, 200,000 United States dollars just for vehicle alone. Not the DSA, nothing. The man that control our maritime. Hey, man. The people that are saying that it is important for them to go ahead. But now, Eugene Lee Nangwe, the commissioner, Dr. Richardson, the man there right now preparing the way for the coronation, which is scheduled for Saturday. No, you will not let me. Just show the video one more time and let Dr. Richardson speak. I beg you, hold on to your information yet. Hold on to your information yet, my brother. No, hold on to that information yet. Play the video. We got to hear from Dr. Richardson. Come to Ava and we'll make it last, Remy. James, can you play that? Dr. Richardson, talk to us. Talk to us, please.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on Wikipedia for any kind of substantial information at all. It's not usually a place that anyone would go to find, government invitation or any kind of, substantial invitation. You would think that the government would have published something on their website. I went on to the eMansion, website, and all it talks about is the president has left the country. It doesn't speak about any invitation at all. It says that he's traveled to the United Kingdom. He departed on Tuesday at the invitation. Well, it says at the invitation of the government of the United Kingdom, but we don't have any official invitation here at all. They said the Liberian leader will join other world leaders for the historic coronation of King Charles III on Saturday, May 6th. So that's what it has here. It doesn't tell us any kind of significant, reliable source that says, okay, you can see the invitation at the British newspaper website or anything like that. So I don't know. It's a vacuum of information that's presented here to us. One place saying that he's invited, another place saying that go on Wikipedia, and that's where we stand.
I'm here. I want to hear from Ivan. He was searching something, then Remy would take us home. Ahmad?
Okay, so if you look at where George Weah's name is on the Wikipedia page, okay, and look at the reference for that page, it's the Executive Mansion website. So that puts up a red flag. Okay, if the reference of George Weah's attendance at this event is the fact that the government of Liberia posted on its own page, on its own Executive Mansion webpage. And you remember when you put up the list, you saw the number 81? That's the bibliography. And that's based on the Executive Mansion website. If you click on the link, it goes there. President Weah leaves for London to attend coronation of King Charles. It doesn't say anywhere, that the British people invited him. But like I said, there was a press release put out there. Whether it's fake or it's real, I don't know. But I doubt if that other audacity that they're allowing the British people that will be realistic. So it could have been something diplomatic about them honoring him to, participate in the process. But again, it will not hide. If he's there, he's an invited guest, he will be at the event. If he's not, he won't be. So for me, I think it's not about the invitation at this point. It's more about why is he going? We got people supposedly who have not been paid in 2, 3, 4 months. We have a situation where we just got lambasted by the U.S. ambassador for our healthcare system, for not paying these community clinics. And I will share the information later. I sent it to Francine her email. I don't know whether she got it and share it for them to put it up. So the numbers are there. And with what he did, the pro tem talking that nonsense, and the previous response from what he did, Ledger Wu Rennie about the government, did not adequately responding to what the U.S. ambassador said. So in all that, there's no need for us to be wasting our time and spending money on something like a trip to the coronation when we're not even a British colony. What connection?
So let me say, I know we're going to get into that though. However, you're right because you're making a good point over here. Your people everybody hungry right now. They ain't even get a pay. You're going to 4 months. 4 months, no pay. But as we have learned, all right, the president is requesting for 200,000 just for car rental and transportation and airfare whatsoever for he and his boys. And the Liberian people are now watching. Let's forget about the Wikipedia. Let's forget about what the Executive Mansion put out. If it is true that he's invited, though, some people will say, I just can't. Joe Biden said, I'm not going. I will send my wife and send the vice president. I'm too busy. Sorry, I'm not trying to just bluff you, but I'm not going. Don't you think, due to the prevailing situation in our country, right, that George Manway can say, no, man, to the power I'm going. We wish the king well. Let's take it out.
That's the level of insensitivity. That's the level of don't care.
Wow.
Heartless. I mean, I really don't think President Weah has an appreciation of the suffering in Liberia today.
Wow. Go ahead, Ira. Finish up with this one.
I'll say
somebody has an echo.
Maybe that's Stanton's. That'll be Stanton. So we will continue to beat at this, and it behooves me when Stanton is saying 200,000. Anytime this president leaves Liberia for this kind of trip, don't be talking about thousand. The small millions of dollars that should have should have gone at least to pay 1 month's salary. That's why he's taking along with him. And credible sources that we're looking at, including the U.S. intelligence, they are saying Liberia was not invited. So where is it coming from with this invitation that is just on the lips of Ledger Wu Rennie or the Executive Mansion? And I'll tell you what, if you think that the word sensitivity is something that we should be using with this president, this president is completely indifferently wicked. How many times this guy was in Liberia when he was a senator? He was always traveling. In fact, at some point, some of us are putting intelligence on him to see whether he was going to Italy or someplace to go gamble, because he's addicted to gambling as well, if you don't know. So President Weah is a guy who doesn't like to be in Liberia because he loves his pleasure. Now, if you want to put these two things together, you want to go and marry, or you want to rule a country that is so impoverished, then don't take the presidency. The thing about it is, I'm pretty sure he's not in London right now. He's in Ghana there, maybe flanking with Jackie Appiah, because that is his interest. That's who this president is. And I can tell you, if you put intelligence on him now, you will see him in Ghana. He might say, "I'm transitioning to go to the United Kingdom," but he's going to spend the bulk of his time in Ghana, because that's what the president likes. He loves to boil. And if Liberians can look at this guy and go make him president for the second time, we made that mistake already. We made that mistake. But again, if we're going to replace him, we must replace him with somebody that will bring us, well-being and welfare. We must not just look at somebody because they've been in government for 40 years, so therefore make them the next president. I kick against that.
My system or something. I don't know.
Is that you?
There's background coming on, background noise coming in. Yeah, I'd like to add, I'm actually on the website, and you would think that a government that has difficulty with information, providing inconsistent information to the public, that
you just need to mute. Rem, you're not muted.
I'm so sorry. So you would think that there would be an outline of information, like what is he going to be doing? The coronation is not until Saturday. So, okay, he's in England or wherever he is. As Remy said, there's maybe inconsistent message as to where he is. But we need to know, what is he doing until Saturday? I mean, today is, just early or midweek. So we need to know. I mean, the government's taxpayers need to know, like, is he there working, making arrangement, negotiating, maybe for money to come, grant or some kind of money to come to Liberia? Is he there meeting with the Liberians in England, talking about pathways for a successful country? Is he, modeling any kind of behavior for our Liberians to return home to help build the country? I don't
we
see
don't have an
nothing
embassy in England. We don't have an embassy.
President, we are keen for his 48-day trip. You guys remember he exchanged with a reporter when they asked him?
Yeah. What
was his
I remember
his response? President's supposed to go somewhere and tell you what place he went or what thing happened there. Essentially, that was his response. So I don't think he has that obligation to the Liberian people to tell them anything. He feels president is just like totally off limits for anybody. So whether it's his lack of understanding of civics or just the fact that he does not care, it makes no difference to him, which I think that's what it is. He really does not care for the Liberian people. He doesn't feel accountable to the Liberian people. He doesn't want to explain anything to the Liberian people. So for me, the people, whoever they select or elect, will be their choice. If they made that same mistake, it's up to them. They will live the life for real.
Yeah, but I feel a certain obligation to continue to speak to Liberian people, to say, this is a choice that you made, and see what are we getting out of this choice that we made. We're getting a president who will leave the country and doesn't feel any kind of obligation to explaining to the Liberian people what results that he's getting out of traveling. And on the other hand, Liberians need to know, like, you have to now select someone who you believe will be able to bring results, bring development to our country, bring ideas, have conversations with Liberian people, engage in communicating with the Liberian people about this is the state of our nation. In order for us to move from here to there, this is what we need to do. I'm going to use your money just because I want to go to a coronation that is not even as important. England is very developed. Why we go to the coronation in the first place? So those are my questions, and I urge all Liberians here, I have an obligation to urge you to make sure that you are making the best decision October 10th. Make sure that you're trying to select someone who will move our country forward, who has the ability, the competence, agency to do that. Not just anybody. Anybody will not work. I'm not on the anybody team. We have to take sides in our country. We have to, in order to move on. I know it's our cultural thing. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Yes, that's all well and good. But the place where Liberia at, we at a turning point. You have to know who you want to vote for and make that decision. And that decision has to be that someone who's going to take the country forward. And that's what I have to add.
Okay.
Is that me? Am I good? Am I good? That's what Richardson. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, man. I just have to try to be wrapping things up. Yeah. But again, you are right, Dr. Richardson. I will listen to you though I was off, but your argument you are making is quite correct. But mostly I will agree with I've had somebody text me and say what you just said is damn true. The president should have just followed through with the domestic problem and stay home. There's no need you send your guys to watch Arsenal and Chelsea game. Imagine Eugene Lane Nangwe celebrating when people are not getting paid. I believe folks from his entity, most of them, have not received a dime yet. But he watching the game. So Fadika, we're going to talk about the opposition. We're going to talk about the election. But this is exactly what makes election important in our country and all over the world. These guys don't care. They don't give a damn. No matter how long you will say what you want to say, they're going to do exactly what they want to do. And I want us to play the video again for those that just joining us to see Eugene Lane Nangwe celebrating with his Arsenal jersey. James, can you play that video, please? Where is James? Are we getting James? You know, no shame though. That's the reason why I want us to play the video over and over. Understand that Eugene Lane Nangwe is from the UP camp. He served under Madam Sally. He rolled over the CDC, a very close friend to President George Manor. We had sedition can touch him. This guy care less. That's the entire CDC government, they care less. They will rub it in your face. People going to bed hungry today. While Eugene Lane Nangwe and the rest of sedition celebrating Chelsea game. But look at Lone Star, by the way. Look at our own Lone Star. Where are we today? Fadiga, talk to me, man. I beg you, talk to me.
Well, we are where we are. Some are getting this bad side. Answer your mic on, at least turn your mic on too. We are where we are today because of Josh. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. There's no better way we can put it. When I said the other day, someone arguing with me, I said the president is starting to have God complex. And when I say I do mean it, this man has gotten away with anything, everything. So I don't see why he shouldn't have it. Look, these guys do not respect money. And that's one of the bad things with African leaders in African politics. Like I was saying yesterday, in America, we get the bare minimum. The basic of everything. That's what they give the government official. That is what we use. Anywhere government can cut costs, they cut down costs, especially when it comes to do. Why with a tiny impoverished nation like Liberia, send a delegate way in advance? I mean, I check all on the internet, use all my tools. Most of the countries that were invited to this thing that I saw were British colony. Most of the countries that I saw on the list were former British colony, and I didn't see Liberia. The name could be there, but one of the things that I think will have happened is the Liberian media. You just need a phone call the British consulate and inquire. And the thing about Western, most of the diplomatic mission, they are very they respect the media. I don't know what's going on with our media back home, but all you need to do because I have called and inquired about Obama picture, whether it was fake before, for his chief photographer on Instagram. I have called reputable institution and gotten information that other people couldn't get. All the Liberian journalists from Pay Africa, all you guys need to do is to pay a trip to the British consulate and say, hey, we have this national problem here. Is this so? Because we all know it's not right.
But Fadika, I will go back to Ava. I don't like Ava though. I really don't like Ava, but today I will like him. I will go back to Ava. Seriously. Must you go?
No, you don't have to.
When the people are suffering in the country and you're spending over $1 million on a trip, today I will agree with Ava. Must you go?
You agree with me most of the time.
Today I agree with you, Ava. Because there will be nowhere for us to sit here and sugarcoat this thing. Even if they give you invitation, your people have not gotten paid for 4 months. Send to put a letter of resignation, you refuse it.
I got Jackie up here phone call. Phone number I can get, or you can call.
I'm not gonna go there. Everybody get Jackie Apia in a corner. I'm not ready to go do with the Jackie Apia.
I got it. I can get to you now.
It's very important for us to do this because there will be no way for us to sit here and say it was important that President George Weah said go on that trip. And the funny thing, Ava, I want you to end on this one because we got to go real quick. The funny thing is that your ministers, your directors, commissioners, they're watching football game. Arsenal and you know what they don't say on his post? Where is Amen? Oh man, our country, our people, something is happening with the nation. Let's play this thing again because people are asking for this video. It's all on Facebook. But this is Eugene Lee Nagbe, the same man that ate the lobster, the man that got rolled over from UP under Madam Salif to CDC, the man that very sedition they are mad with, they want to remove him, but that the president, personal friend.
I can still remember when the Bromsky did not go down and Eugene Nagbe was drunk and crying to be on the phone. We are going to UP.
But here's the issue though. It is important for us to understand that people need to see this clip because when you go into the ballot box, when you go in to vote, think that you would be, if President Weah is re-elected, you would be in Liberia again for another 6 years suffering. Period.
I don't know if people understand it. You know, sometimes we look.
I'm not mistaken, but it says stand on. I don't care. Come on now.
Stand on.
Let's play the video one more time, real quick, Ava, and then you will come in. You will take us home on this conversation tonight. Just one more time. See your favorite Eugene that look like Ginger Scott, look like Ava, by the way. They get that golden beer. Let's
beer coming off soon. I got one young. Shave the beer for.
Imagine if I come do it real quick. Let's go. Imagine that's not Lone Star, though. That's not Lone Star.
That's a demonstration of poor governance. That's a demonstration of disrespect to the sensitivities of the Liberian people. That's an indication that impunity is extremely vibrant in Liberia with no accountability. And it's like the misuse of government funds, the fraud, the waste, and the abuse of government money in Liberia is at, I won't say all-time high, because already behind all-time high. It's somewhere in the stratosphere there. And until our people can realize that, and until we can also help them, because I was just trying to tell you, Stendo, I don't believe some people know the suffering. I don't believe, I'm serious, I don't believe some people know that they're not supposed to go outside to pee-pee, go outside to cook, go outside to poo-poo, go outside to take bath. Some people don't know that that's not how it's supposed to be, that it's supposed to have a house and have those things happen indoors. They don't have an idea. It's pathetic, but I believe that's the truth. Because until people can recognize some of those things, that their lives can actually get better, they don't have to go steal government money, but there are other opportunities that can be created in Liberia for majority of our people to be able to participate in what is the wealth of Liberia. Look, I was just reading an article the other day about the whole situation with rubber in the world and the increased demand for rubber and what happened in other parts of the world, like China and other parts of Asia, where they had a bad weather and the demand for rubber was high. So, what happened with Firestone? I believe now we probably got somebody who will be producing tires in Liberia. But what is the quality of those tires? Because the made in Liberia brand.
Evan, you're right. We got to move. I'm sorry, my brother. We got to move to the other conversation. It is important. Again, we will roll over. We're going to go to now. You can make your case against the Speaker Buffer Chamber. The man is distributing money. Okay, he's running again. He wants to keep his seat. But this is exactly what the United States ambassador to Liberia spoke about. Fadika, let's show the picture. And I want to start with you. You speak, Remy. I hope that you reach
Before you go claim to that thing, I actually found the official list. I don't think Joshua is there though.
So
I'll share with you.
Yeah, but let's just move it real quick because it's almost 5:30, 9:30 in Liberia. Let's just stick to the time just to grab some of the juice of the program. James, can you put this Speaker Buffer Chambers picture up? The man is sharing money like crazy. Fatiga, talk to us.
Buffer Chamber. Look, the first year is so man. What a man really need. Ava, help me.
Laha.
Jala Lahin. No, Jala Lahin.
Jala Lahin. Thanks.
It was here in Minnesota.
Jala Lahin from Minnesota. Mysterious did a man phone and saying like, bro, he called himself Buffer Chamber. Nobody questioned that man. In fact, he added doctor to his name. Up to now, nobody can. So the whole government is a fraud. Look, this is unacceptable in any real democracy. We know it. But is this a government that followed the play by the rules? No. That's why you have to beat them at the game to get them out. You can. It's like you're fighting a bunch of red tag gorilla. You cannot use conventional style with dealing with these kind of people. And I'm not surprised. I got nothing really to say about this. This is something this has become so prevalent that they have normalized backwardness in this government, in this administration. So we can hear you. Center, we can hear you.
No, I'm trying to run to Irami very quick, but I want to bring in what Abba said, just to add to what you are saying. Going outside of P is normal for Liberians, but it shouldn't be. Going on the beach to use the toilet, it's normal for Liberians, but it shouldn't be.
The solution is in hungry.
Going to bed hungry. It seems normal for the Liberian people that you eat una casao and real and go to bed, but it shouldn't be.
Eating one time
having an 11-year-old standing between cars and selling two gum. It's normal for Liberian, but it shouldn't be. You know, killing people every morning you get or somebody die.
In your community.
In your community, no question. Just bury them. But it shouldn't be. You know, these are the facts that Liberia need to realize it shouldn't be because Liberia is a rich nation. But Sam Jackson, read that book. Poor people. Okay? So we need to understand it that this guy, Buffer Chima, Dr. Rich is saying, you can come in while we have the time with you because your internet is tripping. Then we'll go to E-Remy. Look at this guy, Dr. Rich is saying. Look at this guy. This money, 64 billion was printed, Liberian dollars. Buffer Chima guy, almost half of that money under his bed. That's what I heard. As the sources, that's exactly what I heard. And now brand new money in plastic. Take a look at that money. Liberians, take a look. Buffer Chimba alone, get the basket. Let's put the one that the money was in the basket. Look at the money. Like he taking food. When we're picking them, we carry our paper them food under the bed. Look at that, Dr. Richardson. Talk to us.
Yeah, so this makes me angry and sad at the same time. And I can tell you that over the past couple of days, I've been going through a range of emotions. When I look at this money, a whole basket full of brand new money, and I also see people celebrating as they enter a football stadium, I can't help to think about a young girl that I just saw in the back road, behind LU campus. I was there transacting business, and I saw this young girl carrying her blind mother around. She's about 7. I had an opportunity to speak to her. She's 7 years old, never been in a classroom situation before. Her mother is blind. The only way that they would get food to eat is when her daughter, the 7 year old, takes her around to go and beg for money. So I stopped and I had a conversation with them. I was just so emotional speaking to them. The little girl, I felt that little girl. She was so bony. And the only thing, I could think about, can you imagine just walking from door to door, or, on the streets? I'm thinking of behind LU, that street, the new back road that is just made. Imagine just walking up and down that street for almost every day as a 7 year old, and yet and still we have people who are packing basket of money, living their life, going to a football game where they just enjoy. When a child is not in school, her primary job is to carry her mother around to beg for money so they can at least have a cup of rice a day. I just, here is there's people that are enjoying the country. Why? And the mother talked to me. She's blind. She can't see. She said, "If I don't do this, because where I felt like upset with her for using her daughter." And she said, if I don't do this, how am I going to eat? How am I going to survive? I have to be. She has to help me because I can't see. I don't have no skill. I can't work. So I go. She holds my hand. I hold the stick, and we just walk around. So it bothers me so much. This is traumatizing, my people. So if you don't believe that you need to change our country, and this is just one of many child, one of many parents who's blind in our country, or have some kind of disability. If you don't believe that we need to change our country, you need to think again. If you don't believe that you need a side that someone will change the trajectory of Liberia to let our country go forward again. Okay, instead of someone who's very insensitive, who will say, okay, I don't care the people, whether they get paid, whether children go to school, whether there's service for people who are disabled, they just don't, or whether, they just don't care. They will give you basket of money. We really, really have to think. I'm just speaking to all Liberians right now. Register to vote. Those are you who are in your second phase of registering to vote for those counties. Do that. After you do, sit down and listen to Spoon or whatever radio station of your choice to get the information that you need to vote for the
Thank you.
right person, someone who has our country on their mind.
Thank you.
Make sure you have all the information. Ask questions. Don't just vote. Today I went to another
Thank
program
you,
where
Dr.
the man
Richardson. We got to go with the time, Doctor. I'm begging you, please. You got a
yeah,
lot
I
to
just
talk
want to. I'm
about.
gonna end on this one. I'm gonna end on this one,
Yeah.
and I'm taking advantage of my internet. Is good so far. I went to another program. Man told me, said, until we got to the town that he was in, nobody ever told them the reason why they needed to vote and what they were voting for. They only told them they would come to the town and say, y'all just go vote. Y'all go vote. Your election coming, y'all go vote. Until we explain that you are voting for someone who can at least contribute to the development of your country, to healthcare. They give a whole long list. They need benches for the school.
Thank you.
Plenty of
Thank you,
charity
Dr.
time.
Richardson. Again, we want to
Yes.
say thanks very well. Irami Gray, talk to us about what you say from Buffett Chima. You call him what, Lami? Or I don't know his other name. But talk to us about,
Yala Lami,
go ahead. Talk to what are you saying? The guys didn't get it 64 billion under the bed that was printed, right? And they're going around distributing the money, asking folks to vote for me. But understand now, they're giving them the library money, but at $5 US only for 6 years. The man will give you $5 US for you to vote for him for another 6 years. Then he won't even talk to you again. He will make plan with you. How Joe will make plan with the country. The man will make plan with you. But talk to us. Irami, talk to us.
This is why the vice presidency was so important. When Dr. Richardson was talking about the disabled woman who is taking around, that's the function of the vice president. So all that money that goes into that purse, we see Joel Howard balling with that money as well. And before that, her predecessor, we have reports about what happened to our disabled people have been the ones that have struggled. But again, I think Liberia is still a good place because where are the Zogos to jump on that money and share divi among themselves? I mean, If Liberia was so bad, I tell you what, nobody will come in the open with that level of money amidst poverty and hunger, and then people standing by watching it. And no society will allow that. You know, when I see people doing that, Liberia is still a law-abiding, a very good place. But again, instead of yanking someone purse from them, you know, in the corner, right there, that's your daily bread, the sharing right there, and you're sitting now watching on them. I will ask those people if someone has the ability to bring that level of money in the open after they've impoverished our people to that level. Don't allow them to have their day in court. I can tell you, that's the only way society will begin to straight. Buffer Chamber, before coming to the speakership, was all over the place crying, describing other people. This is the hypocrisy that some of us don't. That's why we don't hold people with any seriousness when they come into power, when we know exactly they're going to repeat business as usual. And just to end here, when I see Eugene Nangwe doing that stuff, it reminds me when Minister Fango and others were telling us to shh. You remember when they had this sign covering their lip? This is exactly they're taunting you. And you know what? I think we are very patient people, but we should begin to start losing it. It's not bad sometimes to get angry sometimes because that's the language that's kind of put. How would do you want to tell me you do those kinds of stuff in Nigeria? It won't work. They will jump on you. That whole stuff will end right there. But you see what? We're a country that is still peaceful, and we're not going to be advocating that we should be civil when people are very uncivilized. This for this guy who calls himself doctor, whatever it is, you understand? This is uncivilized. How would you do this amidst where civil servants have not gotten paid for months, and you go into opening like this and you know money in basket or bucket? Come on, man. I think we're still a peaceful country. I can say that.
We hope we can remain peaceful, my brother. Though it's very, very disheartening, but we pray not to call for violence in the nation. We should remain
Yeah, young
peaceful,
that
and we should
information
be
for me
law abiding citizens.
and share it.
Ava Tuba, talk to us. Let's welcome the former Deputy Minister Eugene Lamin Nangbe. Fagon. Sorry. Go ahead. Well, maybe you muted, Ava. You muted.
Are we closing on our first topic about the folks going out there to London?
Yes, you can close with that and also bring in Buffer Chamber because we're on Buffer Chamber right now.
They're all combined. It's all integrated, and sometimes maybe it's hard for people to see the big forest because they're on one tree where the branches all too thick for them to see the whole forest. But look, that is a demonstration of impunity. That's a demonstration of disrespect to Liberian people. Look, they got something called the Global Hunger Index, and they use 4 different characteristics to define the scoring. They use undernourishment. They use child stunting. For people who don't understand stunting, if your natural growth was to be like 6 foot, and because you're not eating well, you're not doing stuff, your growth is stunted, and you probably like 5'2", and that what happened with a lot of us in Liberia. Our growth stunted, right? Then they got to do with child wasting. That means the children are not even eating. Like in those real like war-torn situations, or those place where no agricultural productivity and nothing, they got no food, hardly, they're really scrambling. That's where the children wasting away. Then they got child mortality. Those 4 factors are used to calculate it, right? Where our score is today, we at 32 in that range, and it's considered very serious. It's serious, okay? So when we see people distributing, who's supposed to be lawmakers, who's supposed to be monitoring this government, I say they spend 7 million when it's going to be spending 20 million, and they can't account for the 30 million. Okay, so many other things. We got the Senate bombing mayor. We got the Western cluster where the people owe us X amount of money. They're willing to just waive that money so they can get a late deal for the people to come exploit our resources more. And then the government, knowing all this suffering, they're not paying people salary, will take trips. And like you said, people are maritime power having high pay. But the executive director or whatever the title is for him, Eugene, he's out there, basically taunting the people. He will probably share another picture because I can call Eugene criminal. I can say the men are criminal. Yeah, you see eating, you get. But how many people will get one meal that size? Maybe a quarter of that. That's some people hold their food. So because our people have been so suppressed by governments over governments from before the war, they don't understand what should be the natural baseline in terms of health, in terms of education, in terms of eating, in terms of just living. And right now, with the impact of the war and the fact that most people feel they have to dominate somebody before they can even make a case, they got to flog somebody or they got to beat them. So we got all these mental, social factors that influencing our people that they can't even see where they're supposed to go. When they start, they don't even know how to start their day. So when I see Buffer Chimo dividing money, especially when that money has not been officially infused into the economy, they printed that money in all of them. I don't know whether they just divided the whole money. So that means the central bank may not even be making money because they got something called seigniorage. When you print money as a country, whatever you cost, it costs you to print, right? And then you infuse the money in the economy so people buy it at the face value. That differential between where you pay for it and where they buy it from you from, that's seigniorage. You're getting that money as revenue for the central bank. So is the central bank getting money from the new money, or are they just giving it to these people for them to distribute, or they just printed extra money like before?
I mean, I a dog.
I'm on talk so.
I remember we gotta move on, but
He's setting for Hassan Dor. We catch it one day and beat it.
No, but guys, you're right though, because what I'm reading right now, the president, the government refused to even give more information on the money that was printed, the 64 billion. So you're right. And nothing will come out of it. Senator telling me, you are muted, Ava, you are muted.
Depending on the next government, it will determine whether we want to be accountable. Because the problem or the good thing for any next government is these guys have been bold, audacious in their corruption. They haven't covered their tracks. So it will be easy to find a paper trail that will implicate these people and show them that they are all rogues. It will be very easy to do. It's just about commitment to seek justice for the people.
Thank you. Let's bring in the former Deputy Minister, Eugene Lamin Fagon. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you very much. It's great being with you guys. And let me say hi to everybody here. I saw that today. It was very disturbing. But this is just one of probably 400 events of the same. Why you think the Liberian people need Thomas Fowler ATM machine? I mean, these monies were being distributed. But the current vice president said, when you bring that money, you're eat it. That money that is stole from you, paraphrasing what she said. The money was printed. We have a legislature. You should come back to them as per the Constitution and make a report. If you have to ask me to give you permission to print a certain quantity of money, then you are under obligation to tell me that the mission is complete or that the task is complete and all of the monies are in. What you saw today from Buffer Chambers clearly demonstrates that there is actually no respect, no remorse, and no form of conscience, I should say. Here is why I say so when I say no remorse. You have people that have not taken pay for 3 months. Then you follow one arrow. You carry a basket of money. Each one of those bundles, in my estimation, looking at the bundle, knowing what the 50,000s were, you know, the 500 bundle, they used to come in 5 or 10s. So if they come in 5, you know that 250. If they come in 10, you know that 500,000. If you look at the picture carefully, each one of those bundles, in my estimation of the $1,000 note, is 1 million, judging from the picture. So imagine how many millions in the basket going to one community. And there is a woman at her house right now looking for a bag of rice. Only 20 bucks, which is in effect 3,000 change. And then you see millions going to one community, like just one community. So look at the basket. Estimate each one of those bundles. If you know Liberian money, it's 1 million in a bundle of 10. Because it would be 10 like that, 100,000, 100,000 or so. And what I want to say is this. Remy Gray said we are peaceful people. And that's why I keep telling the Americans and our partners, we're going to do it our way, the Liberian way. What you knew of the people in the past is not what you're going to get. The very people said to our partners, if you allow Charles Taylor to run in these elections, we know he got 30,000 men in the bushes. You did not disarm him, and you allow him to run, we have an answer for you. And those people thought that people were joking. Only to hear them say, you came my man, you came my pa, I will vote for you. The second shocker, Stanton, came. The Liberian people said, these people have stolen our money. They audited themselves. Nobody audited them. They brought a report and admitted that they stole monies. Their own report, we have it. And America, you're doing nothing to them. You're not going to put them on sanction or anything. America was relaxed. The partners were relaxed. Because why? They were Harvard-trained, educated economists. They were from Yale. They were from Purdue. What the Liberian people said, you know, boy, you know, boy, we will vote for you. Meaning they were done with the people from America and the people that knew book. We are heading now to where we are informed that at the end of Madame Sali's tenure, Madame Sali called the old man. And maybe one day, the old man will have to admit to this story. Because I can tell you, I am 100% sure of my story. And asked the old man, Joe, he was in front of her, Joe, what would be my fate if you become president? Will you protect me? And you know what the old man answered? For people that were standing around, she wanted witnesses that my own auntie. The old man said, Madam, what did you do? And Madame Sally said, okay, forget it. That was it. A principal man, that old man, he said, what did you do? Because I can't just say, I will protect you. Then I hear say you caught two small children there, then I say I'm protecting you. That was a brilliant answer from him, and that problem continues today. When they asked President Weah, he said he will protect the madam and he will protect her children. I dare and I challenge anyone to say that did not happen. And then when he went on, he was asked, how would you grade madam? He said, what? 80%.
But you backed up protection back in the day, though.
I will wait for you. I will wait for you, not even in Morovia, where in Kaswa. But again, I am saying to Brother Stanton that until people are held accountable for their actions, I don't see the way forward. And that is why it is important that people respect the decision of the of the Liberian people when they go by the senators' playbook. Yes, you can say the senators are corrupt, but the senators have agreed that President Weah must go. And if he go, then we'll deal with other issues. And as far as I'm concerned, with respect to the money, and as for Eugene Angbepa, I don't know if you show the people the video or you bluff it. Because you got a video. You just showing picture, but you got a video.
But I think you lit. I think you lit, man. Don't
raise no strong here. You lit.
We passed that already, Fagon.
My man,
let me say this.
You sing it 2 times, you can bring Holy Ghost in the church.
But let me show this. And this is where I like to end with this thing, okay? There's 64 billion that was printed, guys. Look at these pictures. I want you to look, man. If I go, I want you to look. This 64 billion that was printed. This our fellow Liberian shouldn't be sitting like that. The speaker is a sedition. The preacher is a sedition. The vice president sedition. The president sedition. The chair on executive in the House of Representatives sedition. The chair on executive in the Senate sedition. The West Means representative come up for that sedition. Hey man, why would you treat your fellow sedition like that? When you printed 64 billion Liberian dollars. Why would you do that? And on when we talk about that, then compare this to this beautiful picture of non-sedition eating lobster. And the man that went through the sweat and the blood
for 18 years.
It's not a joke anymore. That this guy went through nothing. And you award him to eat lobster and take him on a trip in Europe to watch the Arsenal game. James, put that video up real quick. Let me end with this thing, James. Put that Arsenal video up. I want the Arsenal video, James. James,
James, you need to be labor in your video. You hear the song that people singing?
No, the song is singing. The song is singing is not. Listen, Fagon. The song is singing is not. Got nothing to do with Liberia. But the man that's supposed to be there celebrating for our Liberians to have better education. Imagine, look at sedition. To the gas station, no gas. They put a hand under the shoulder and they're waiting.
No
for
food.
the people to come back. No food, nothing. Just imagine. Look at the sedition. Look at our fellow Liberians that printed their own t-shirt and said we vote for Joe Matter. We are. Look at them today. Joe Matter, we are spending over $1 million in Europe right now. Look at them today, no food.
Can you doctor the picture and spray dust on the people?
No, my man, we get more. That means taking the picture. Look at our roads. When Joe Matter, we have said, hey, I'm a buy road medicine, it's true. Because look at the road. He's a buy road medicine. Look at our roads. And these guys are printing 64 billion. And then we go to Buffer Chima, taking the money and carrying it and say, you vote for me, I will give you some. Imagine what the country is in. Look at the viral medicine. I want Liberian, sorry, if you're on the radio, you're not watching this thing, it's too bad. But look at viral medicine. Look at Joe, where with viral medicine said. You will not be spectator in your own country, but you're not even on the feed. Imagine when we closing with this thing and people say, why will you do this? Because look at our fellow Liberian man, he tired. He have cried, but no way, food, nothing, education, nothing, medicine, nothing, hospital, nothing.
Party mandate.
And we end up with this sign for one of our children. Begin to sell coffee.
I think that one of the biggest miracles in Liberia here, where a lot of people don't die from this car accident, you in the in the car.
I want to tell you, my fellow Liberians, I really want to say this. And at the end of the day, before we go, we come back to this picture that Buffer Chimba decided to give money. James, can you put Buffer Chimba picture up? Money. Buffer Chimba, speaker. Sam. Say, let's print money, let's print money, let's print money. I know we're done with Eugene now. Don't put all the food in for Eugene. But Buffer Chimba said, that lobster, the master eating lobster.
And French fry.
How much?
That means supposed to camp.
Oh.
So you can eat lobster. That means supposed to camping. So you can divide money in bundle. supposed to campaign.
So that at the end of the day, though, this man walking around with P and D, we call it like bro, pride and dignity. They can just take the 64 billion anyhow, anywhere. Okay, so what's going on with our country, Fadika? I want to bring you in because I'm closely on this thing now. I'm closely on this buffer chamber because I want us to talk about Cummings versus the.
Let's move on the comment.
And then move on. You're right. Let's move on. We'll have a whole day on this thing again tomorrow. Yeah. But Liberians, if you listen to us, your president and the leadership have forsaken you. The president, George Manawiya, and the leadership have abandoned you. They care less about you, your children, your tomorrow. They care less. They just care less. What do you eat? How you going to bed tonight? That's not a damn business. They're in Europe watching the Arsenal game, giving the money to the Europeans, to the Americans, and they care less about you. Did you eat before going to bed today? Whatever you may be, I just want you to answer me. You went to bed today. Some of you went to bed hungry. No food, no clean drinking water. Some of you are sick right now. You don't even have paracetamol. You cannot even get to the hospital. You have hustle till you can hustle no more. I want you to listen to me, my fellow Liberian. Just listen, please. Some of you right now going to bed hungry. Some of you, you have done it all, and there's nothing. You look unto God, and you begin to doubt the existence of God. But don't doubt God's existence. I just want you to understand, will your 6 years be better if you give that 6 years to George Manawiya again? The first 6 years, what have he done for you? He made more of your children as Zokos by bringing drugs in the country. The first 6 years, killing everywhere, rampant. You need to understand. Nobody needs to tell you this. But we'll save some for tomorrow. We got to educate you. We got to talk to you. Let's talk about our next conversation for today. So today, before we do that, though, I know you guys want to go to that. They are the same, right? The buffer chamber and the protein. They are the same. We shouldn't waste our time again.
Well, no. The one thing about the protein, right? The Liberian government is claiming the ambassador was not telling the truth. I don't know what can happen with this sharing thing here. I can try to share the screen. And I don't know whether you got to allow it or not. But
yes, you have to send us information to James.
Well, I sent it to him. James, you can put it up?
Yeah, you got to do that. Else it will not come through ever. But make your point quick. We got to go to the comments. I know you don't want us to talk about comments going to Bassa.
Oh, no, waste our time.
That's a go.
That's a good topic. We got to talk about it.
Yeah, I just want to say. Let's put this in there real quick. Make your point, man. We got to go. It's 5 to 6 o'clock right now.
The government claimed they're making payments. Look at a place like JFK. They said for 2022, they paid JFK only $247,935. In the fiscal budget, they had $6,298,588. That's a difference of $6 million that is short JFK. So people can ask why we got bad healthcare, why people can just die, why the people at JFK so I don't care. That's the reason. Then in the report for 2023 budget, where they can put the outturn, that means where they spent for the previous year, fiscal year 2022, they put out $6 billion amount to say that where they spent. And that's why I was asking Zago, Senator Zago, the other day. You don't do any kind of budget check. And people tell you they just can't bring. What kind of company, what kind of business can spend exactly the same amount of money that they budget?
And that same money, you can find it on the president. They gave the same amount to the president too. One go to LDCC if you want to talk about it, to list LDCE, and one go to the president. The same money, man. But man, it's just like a revolving door. The guys ain't eating without anything.
We get tired with it, man.
We get that with it. But let's talk about comments a little bit. I want to bring Fadika in first. Well, listen. I will be very, very, very independent tonight because I got 2 on 2. Fadika Eugene, Iremi Gray, and Azif Atuba. Mr. Cummings, information reaching us, which is now confirmed. I can tell you guys. Please tell me if I lied. the ANC folks, and then we will go ahead to have that argument. Mr. Cummings visited Buchanan yesterday or so. He took along with him Louis Brown, Blayway McIntosh, Data, Councillor Bape Yafa, and it's yet to be confirmed whether Ma Teresa went. But again, I heard that she went. We'll ask the ANC folks to confirm that. But Mr. Cummings went seriously to Buchanan. That's Louis Brown. Move, James. Ma Teresa. Move, James. Pape McIntosh. Okay? Mr. Cummings went with these folks. Eugene, let me bring you in first, and Fadika can cement your conversation. Then we can go to the ANC folks. Mr. Cummings went to Buchanan. He met with Tim Yumbley. He met with Hans Bashu and the rest of them, I believe. He had a serious conversation with them. He wanted to bring unity in Liberty Party, 1. He wanted that unity within CPP, 2. Madam Yumbley, at the end of the day, I want you to be my running mate. We are receiving information that Yumbley told us, say, go talk to my team. I have my committee headed by Hans Bashu, or you can say Didon or whosoever. We know the end game of that, and we want to give you guys a chance to argue it. Was that a strategic move by Mr. Cummings in looking for his VP? I will bring in Eugene Lamin Fagon.
I'm not sure whether to criticize the move, or to tell you I would have done it differently. You have Al Hussein and retired Colonel E. Remy Gray having a better fight. I mean, nasty. They're going to the court, coming from the court, one man bragging, the other lady fighting. It's been going on. Well, you know exactly why they were fighting. The man decided to grab the party from the woman. No, the woman, let me be fair. The woman told the man, my man, you can really spend on woman. You're a good man. So the man said, yeah, man said, I like you. But come, let's be in the house. They were in the house. Well, you are the man, so I have to submit to you. You the man. And then the man started to beat the woman or to abuse the woman, let's say it that way. And the woman said, well, I'm going to file for divorce. You're not going to be here. The man said, I beg you, we are married legally. I got my wedding certificate. Nothing you can do to me. And if you bring divorce, we'll fight it in court. So is the case with Yumbley and Hassan. So they've been off and on. Okay, now you want Yumbley to do stuff for you. But you were in alliance with Musa Ability. You facilitated, you help him, you finance him, you work with him in all of the legal processes against us. What I would have done would have sought to resolve the issue between the both parties. That is Yumbley and Hassan Ability. How do you go without peace and say, Madam, I come to you. I want you to come back. I want you to join us. I want you to do this. There's a bad blood between the two. And you should be seeking to resolve the issue. You think she that cheap? Or you think you can throw money to her? You guys have angered her. You guys have dragged her to the court 3 different times. You ridicule her. Okay?
Quick, I know you're on the road. No. Quick. I want you to just spin this off a little bit.
You took a political office from her.
I want you to spin on this. Okay. If it is true that they're asking her to be VP, should she agree?
How can a suspended partisan be now your VP pick? Have you lifted the suspension? Have you?
Wow.
Have you reinstalled her as the political leader? Were you not here when we asked him? And that was why we're telling him, lift the suspension. He said, I'm just a single man.
But Musa wasn't there. I will come to Musa Bene to defend.
No.
Musa is in Nimba.
That's not Musa Bene we're talking. We are talking about Cummings.
But you cannot say that you will put this on Musa. Musa is in Nimba right now.
You said Musa should lift the suspension. Musa said, I'm only a human being. You told Musa, he said, restore her political leadership in the interest of peace. Musa said he cannot do it. So why are they going to her? Who is she? Is she a member of the Liberty Party still?
Fadika.
Is she still the political leader?
Fadika, we will come back to you, Jay. Run with that story. Run with that story. Who is she right now? Who is she right now, Fadika? Who is Yomi Kanga right now when you talk about Liberty Party CPP?
What are you going after her for?
Well,
Talk to us.
Yomri is being sought after as fixer too. She probably could be the next fixer. But just to agree, I agree with some of the things my good friend Eugene said, and some I disagree. I think Mr. Comey has all right to choose whoever. I think she would be a fine candidate. Whether she has the experience or whatever.
She didn't have the right.
No.
You suspend a woman, you told the political leadership. Why are you calling her back for now?
But that's politics.
Don't interrupt the man. You who get this money, all kind of children, you can tell you, who from here, man, Fadiga, please talk.
The restoration of a political leadership. Then we're talking.
But let's go ahead with Fadiga, folks. We gotta go, man.
No, let me say this.
I did not call him. I publicly appeal to Fadiga to slow down for the sake of
gentlemen, let's go ahead. I will end up meeting you guys. Fadiga got to speak. Fadiga, please.
Yeah, the thing here is for me, it speaks to the hypocrisy of the ANC or the folks who you won't call it the CPP right now. But nobody has all right. I think if I were giving her personal advice, I would say stick with JMB, stick with the side that is most likely will come second to President Weah, rather than wasting your vote. Grand Bassa is a serious voting bloc. Next to Bon County, I think Grand Bassa has the most. It's the most popular tribe, populated tribe in Liberia. So they have some real serious vote. You don't want to split it. I know people make flower here and there. I think they had enough time to bring those people together to save. If it didn't happen, now we are on a different phase of this thing to unseat this president. I want our political leaders to look. That's why I do not want us to do too much fighting that will make it difficult for us to get beyond the most winnable candidate in the second round. But Nyombri will go wherever she wants. She has a team. They may be mad at the old man, but I think given where they are, she's not struggling. She's a sitting senator. She has almost how many years?
I'll interrupt you, but how dare Cummings to go after Yombli now? I think that's the argument Eugene was making. How dare Cummings, right? How dare CPP to go after Yombli now? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Are you going after? No. As if I will come to you, my man. All your answers.
Hold on 1 second. Let me let. Will they succeed? They could succeed, but I think the biggest problem here, the $800 million question here should be: will that stop the wind that is blowing towards Ambassador Boycott? I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. That would do anything significant. If the UP play her game right, but it would just further confuse the voting population. And I hope she think about this very well, because the president pro tempore is in her reach. There are a whole lot of things on the other side. Vice president is also good, but most likely she won't get it. You want to go to where you are more sure and more.
We'll come back to you, Fadiga. We'll come back to you. Iremi Gray, you're going to back this thing, say it's a good move, man. But come on, stop playing tabata with the Liberian people tonight. Everything you heard from Fagon tonight, and you're going to consider her as your running mate.
My man, I said,
are you lifting up her sanction? Are you going to ask her not to pay the dues? Is she still a political leader for Liberty Party? Will you consider her folks like Jonathan Capet, Steve Zago, and all of them? Why didn't you take, if you're really serious for that peace mission, that peace accord, why you left behind Musa Hassan Benete? I think you got to talk to us, man. defend Mr. Cummings like you have never done before. Hey, Remy Gray, because we attack you. I must say, I would join folks to attack you.
Firstly, let me say this, that the CPP convention and individual political parties convention will be coming up, meaning the ANC and the Liberty Party. I want to believe maybe they've had theirs. So they are still on that trajectory to determine who is who. Even Mr. Cummings right now will have to redefend his position in order to be the nominee or the accepted standard bearer for that coalition. And also, it is important. It is a matter of fact. It is more than compelling for Liberty Party to be a united party within the CPP. How did we get here in the first place? Yumley left, snub Cummings for her handsome man, and she went to go get the man. The man snubbed her at the end of the day. So it is well within her dignity to come back to the rejected cornerstone. The person she rejected for Ambassador Buckeye, you understand, can be her only comfort zone right now. And this is why it is important that Mr. Cummings continues to console her. In spite of what has happened in the past, Yumble is in a bad spot. She was disgraced, you understand? And she gave up a political capital for something uncertain that she did not even get in the first place at the end of the day. Now, at least another man is showing up to say, hey, let me comfort you. Go back home, bring your party together. And let me tell you something, the constitution of our country is clear. You don't have to be member of any political party for you to be tipped to be VP. You just need to be a Liberian. You understand? But it will even salvage Madam Yumley's political capital if she reunifies her Liberty Party. Let me tell you something. I don't think Musa ability is endearing to deny her. But remember why they left the first place. That's what nurtured that split within that party. That party was a viable, strong party. If she had stayed there, look, and garner more membership, she would have been so attractive. That party would have been so attractive.
Why coming after her? We understand all the blood. Why coming after her now? Why? Why Cummings decided to draft to Buchanan, right?
But Cummings is the head of the CPP and the Liberal
with
Party.
Louis Brown, with McIntosh, and the rest of them to go beg Yumbley. We heard, and I said Vlad would be mad with me because I just don't like him, I would say on the show. But we heard that Cummings was on his new era. I mean, I'm coming to you, but Cummings was on his new backing. And I know they're going to say what they want to say. He was backing Yumbley. He said, we can fix this. I can bring you back to Musa ability. We can fix this. I know Alpha Diga says Cummings right, but isn't it too late, my fellow Liberians? After you have done everything you needed to do, now you're going as Nicodemus in the night, spending 2-3 hours to beg this woman to come and support you. Because Liberian
No, don't go that narrative.
Because Tawan Gonglo said, no, let me finish. I know that's your time. Let me finish. I know that's your time. Let me finish, my brother. Because Tawan Gonglo said, I know that's your time, Remy. I will give you your time, Remy. Great, let me finish. Tawan Gonglo said, no, absolutely no. I don't want to run with you, Mr. Cummings. And there is nothing else left but to go back to Paul Yumbley. But
no, my brother, let me tell you this. I will not even be going with Tiawan Gonglo. Tiawan Gonglo is still part of that old order. That's the order that is fighting Mr. Cummings. You have to understand the war front, the political war front of this.
Sometimes I get confused where you're coming from. He backed Tawan Gonglo. Then
No,
he said, I would not go with Tawan Gonglo.
The man
backed Tawan Gonglo said no. Where you coming from in the group heaven to say I would not go with Tawan Gonglo? My man, of course, go home, man. No, you can go ahead and talk.
No.
Why are you spinning this? He backed Tawan Gonglo, brother.
My brother, you have to be able to understand the the nature of our politics in Liberia. It is the old order versus the new order. A sheriff is in town that is about to chakra that whole order. So any of those elements from that whole order that you confront, they're gonna reject you. You understand? At the end of the day, you see Taiwan throwing towel behind Ambassador Buckeye. They all belong in that same realm. But let me tell you something. It was not Mr. Cummings the first place that Liberty Party split. It was because Yombly had this intention to go behind this beautiful man or handsome man as his running mate. That what took them there. Had it not been for Musa Hassan Belete, Cummings' political capital would have squandered to the extent where he got nothing left. They even took him to court.
Again, I want to say thank you, Aaron.
So he's a grown man here now. He's standing up and saying, you know what? In spite of all of that, I'm still your guy. Come over. Let's put our CPP together.
Let's get Ava. I think Ava would disagree with you on some point because we can say on the record he begged Tewan said no. That's why now he after Yombly. The name Shadin Bronskin came out. Shadin said, I beg you, take my name from your stuff. Because Joseph two Sundays ago, Joseph Boaka took me to 8 churches and introduced me to those folks. So I'm okay. I'm going to run to be representative. Well, but as a VA, do not let Eremi take your time.
I know Stalin was over there when the man gave me a speech.
As
so
a
they're on the same page.
As a VA, do not let Eremi take your time, my brother.
Let's guarantee first that you will not intrude, interrupt, or take my time. If you still
I will allow Eugene to do that, not me.
No, you're not supposed to allow Eugene to do it.
But then go ahead, because make your point.
I don't even want to talk about all the lies
Eugene do I would do it.
Okay.
So what allow? Don't you suspend that woman?
Who?
But you know, Eugene, something I don't understand with the ANC folks on the show, right? And Remy is speaking one side of his mouth. Now, as if I'm going to give a whole different spin on this, knowing very well the Cummings group ran after Tewan Gonglo, and Tewan said no. And Remy, he doesn't know. Knowing very well today, they went to Buchanan yesterday, and Remy doesn't know that. Maybe as if I just got to find out, and they're backing Yombly, but Yombly got 2 things at stake here. She either be pro-tem, or she follow Cummings, and she just be nobody. Okay?
Let's get it right. Nobody can give you the pro-tem. Nobody can. Only the Senate can give you the pro-tem.
I would take your phone number and put it in a chat room, and you'll be getting all the ANC information.
Let me put my charger on before.
So opposition will get elected into the Senate.
But Fagon, let me ask you, Fagon. Why Cummings going after Yombly now? They cannot answer. Remember, I told you leaving back. We have to waste time. You cannot answer the question. You suspended the woman because of Cummings. Because of Cummings today. Liberty Party is split.
No.
Because of Cummings, Liberty Party is split.
Let me be quiet. Let me speak. Or
you can tell the moderator to be quiet. You can tell the moderator to be quiet.
You're not a moderator yet.
Cummings.
You are in true.
Dr. Richardson is not all I am.
On a serious note, how can you restrict anybody from trying to associate? You understand Article 17 of our Constitution?
Yeah, we know it.
The right to associate with any individual, any political.
Well, why you guys keep bashing Senator Johnson? Why you guys keep attacking Senator Johnson?
Who attack him?
Remy, you, both for you.
No.
But let's see to the Cummings story. Do not allow them to take away the Johnson take. I will listen to this Cummings going to Buchanan. We'll listen to Cummings going to Buchanan 9 o'clock in the night with his faithful guys there just to persuade Yombly Kanga Lawrence, just to beg Yombly Kanga Lawrence. Yombly tell them no. You'll go talk to my committee. You'll talk to Hans Bashu. You'll talk to Darius DeLong. But a lot of stuff on the table. Where is Musa Belete? And they told Yombly said Musa is in Nimba County. But if you want to talk to me, you must bring Musa Belete. Why will you bring Musa Belete? Why will you creep beyond Musa Belete to come talk to me? And bring Belete if you want to talk to me. What Belete is saying, bring what their power. Bring what their power if you want to talk to me. Don't leave that in the bag and can't do Coco D. No, don't do, come on, Asif. Don't play around here, man.
You either let me talk. You either let me talk and be quiet, or you keep talking. One of the two.
Okay, you mute. Stanton, you mute.
Yeah, let's.
I mean, I will mute. Let me hear what the man will say first. Let me mute myself small.
The first thing, there is no desperation for Mr. Cummings to pick anybody as vice president. The Fadiga men who are talking here, when Joe Biden picked presidential candidate, August. Okay, that one he did, right? When Joseph Boga picked a vice presidential candidate last time, July in 2017. So the first thing, there's no urgency for this. Look, Mr. Cummings is an experienced, analytical individual. Situations happen within Liberty Party. He doesn't control the constitution of Liberty Party. He doesn't control whether Liberty Party goes to court to establish their position about who has legitimate constitution or not.
Can I ask you a question? Does Mr. Cummings recognize Yomli as a political leader of Liberty Party?
On what basis should he? No, he does not.
Okay, if he's not a political leader, what the hell you want to do? Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Do you understand? Hold on now.
Come on.
Ain't not make your noise. Stand up and warm up small, and then I will answer you. Okay, so now, Mr. Cummings does not look. Liberty Party has an official constitution. All Liberty Party actions were approved up to the Supreme Court. Mr. Cummings has no authority to interfere in another political party situation. Now, the new framework agreement gave Mr. Cummings the right to go and grab a vice presidential candidate from anywhere in Liberia. That's the agreement. What's difficult for you to understand? The individual does not have
you
to.
You cannot have it both ways, Ava. You cannot have it both ways.
You
refuse to recognize her as a political leader. You refuse to recognize her as a political leader. Because of Mr. Cummings, today Liberty Party is split. Because of Mr. Cummings.
No, you're talking crap, man. You're talking crap. You're talking crap.
That's not crap.
Mr. Cummings was not there.
You cannot have it both ways.
You went
to visit Liberty Party.
You
went to visit Liberty Party headquarters and you make an announcement.
Okay, I left.
Liberty Party headquarters.
I left the headquarters.
Was not there when Liberty Party went to convention and changed the constitution and look, most politicians want to remove the power from political leader because
and that's why I said I know at the end of the day you and myself are going to have this argument. That's why I said I didn't like you today.
Argument. If you can only be emotionally intelligent, so let me speak. And then you speak.
The man finished telling me I'm not emotionally intelligent.
Me in my time. You're not being emotionally intelligent.
You have your time.
No, I never have my time. You consistently interrupted me and you said you were going to do it.
Okay, you know what? You know that's a lie they got to care on.
No, that's a fact.
We are watching the time. We will give you 2 minutes. Uninterrupted.
I got time on here. Let me tell my time.
We'll give you 2 minutes uninterrupted because
I don't trust your clock. I don't trust your clock or your watch.
You tell my clock. So I will trust your clock. Now the problem get ANC where they are today. You never trusted Yombly, but now you want to trust her. You trust my clock, but I'm gonna trust your clock.
Hold up. So do you think if Mr. Cummings were a petty man, he would trust anybody who talking to
my man, use your time, man.
But use your time. We're watching the time, though.
Okay, I started.
Now use 30 seconds of your time.
No.
Yeah, pull it up. Continue talking. Let's see it.
All right. Yeah. So my point is, Mr. Cummings has the right to actually engage any Liberian because that's what's in the framework document. He has the right to do that. It doesn't have to come from Liberty Party. Now, should he try to amend the situation because he said we have a Big Ten, right? One Big Ten, we want everybody to be in. Yes. I think as a leader, he should engage Musa Ability, engage Yombly, and see how they can reconcile the differences, whether any restoration opportunities exist or whatever. But he cannot impose that on Musa Ability. No. Liberty Party is a distinct entity in a collaboration with other political parties at this present time, only the ANC. So there is no right for Mr. Cummings to impose on Musa Ability. No. But should he use his position as the standard-bearer political leader of the CPP to encourage Musa to see how he can reconcile with Yombly if Yombly is an option for vice president, which I think she should be, okay? Every Liberian have that right. If I have my choice, I will have like 13 people line up. We do a real comprehensive analysis of each candidate. I'm not on a review team.
Your time almost finished.
No, my time finished for 8 seconds. He said finish. You know how much what can happen again? 100 human beings for the 8 seconds. So as a matter of fact, Stanton, all the stuff Eugene was talking is just falsity. He doesn't understand anything about this situation. He's just trying to bolster up, the pick and try to create division between Senator Kanga and Mr. Cummings. At the end of the day, Mr. Cummings were associated with all those people, especially, you're listening to Julius J. argument about all the political parties that have not been in power to really come into a coalition and stand against this corrupt government and the UP. You're listening to that argument. It's one of the most rational arguments about coalition I've heard in a very long time. Thank you.
Listen, can you do us a favor? Can you keep your clock up for each and every one of us?
I'll do that.
Please. I beg you. If you want to put it on the table, that would be better. I like the clock, but I didn't like your statement. But
Don't take my time. Your ANC.
Fagon, you got 2 minutes, and Fagon 2 minutes start now.
You're mute, your time going.
All right, listen. Fact number 1. Nyobli Kanga Lawrence, Liberty Party, at the time she joined the CPP, Nyobli Kanga Lawrence was a political leader when she joined the CPP. It was Nyobli, Ure, Boakai, and Kumis. 2 of us. Okay. So Kumis knew her as a political leader. Nyobli Kanga Lawrence party was wrestled from her. Under the Kumis CPP. That was the period it happened. Point number 3. If for any reason, Kumis, as I said, does not recognize her as a political leader, we tend to agree. However,
was Nyobli that the head of the CPP?
Reset.
You cannot interrupt the man. The man on time. Don't do that. Reset. You got to put another 15 seconds. Go ahead.
No, you interrupted me. You see the time?
My man, go ahead. We'll put 30 seconds. Go ahead, please.
You still not making
we'll put 30 seconds.
You're still arguing. I had 1 minute 30 seconds to go.
My man, go.
I have 1 minute 30 seconds. Okay? Now, here is the tricky part. What did Kumis do when all this happened? Nothing. But who is the head of the CPP? Alexander Benedict Kumis. How many parties in the CPP? 2. Liberty Party and ANC. So why not have a how you call this thing to seek out the candidate? Nobody's supposed to be running against Kumis for what? For who's going to win the candidacy, right? But Musa declared he candidate. The other political leader, Musa suspended her. Musa expelled her from the political leadership. And Musa dropped her on the wayside. Then the political leader, Kumis, goes to her in the night as an ordinary partisan. Here is the tricky question. There are 2 parties in the CPP. ANC and Liberty Party. Who is the political leader of the Liberty Party? And why are the 2 parties not going to convention to see who gets elected as head? Instead, you go to the woman in the night. As if I took back, Liberia's #1 political scientist, don't play with me. I gave you facts, not fiction. And these are hardcore facts. So since he's there now as the leader, let him go find running mates.
Thank you very much, former Minister Eugene Fagon. Thank you. I like the 2 minutes. It's very important. And I hope that you find place for that clock as if every evening that we can use it uninterrupted. Everybody need to make the point. Fadika, you have your 2 minutes.
Run and put it on stand, man. Let me right in your face.
Tell me what my 2 minutes start.
Fadika, is it 2 minutes yet for Fadika, Isaac? Go ahead, Fadika.
So I really don't care what comments, which comment choose. For me, at this point, if you want to show your relevance, if you want to show that you can do the job, it's a numbers game. Come second to George Weah. Whoever comes second to President Weah will be my guy. I have made that. Right now, I believe that Ambassador Boyka is that person that can move that country forward. He has the number. The wind is blowing in his direction. Look, what is at stake in October? We have corruption, bad governance. We have people dancing around with money. We have a government that do not respect the people. A president that is very extravagant, flamboyant, doesn't respect us, travel whenever he wants, fly private jet, in using our money, I have to say, it's personal money. This has to stop. Our people are suffering. We have a country that people go to bed at 6 o'clock in the night just because insecurity. This is what is on the bottom. I'm not bothered about who Mr. Comey go to in the night. Look, what happened to Nyombili was bad. What she's faced with, if I was advising her, I would tell you, if you want to take your race, take your breaks with Ambassador Boyka. You stay a chance, you could be president pro tempore. We will elevate you to another step, one step again, to run later on in 2029. But if you want to gamble, why roll the dice when you got a sure pathway to being something? You're very young. You don't believe my older sister, the one that was next to her, I think they're about the same age. Or we're not too far from something. So she has a whole future ahead of her. I hope that Dillon and all the guys stick together. They shouldn't get to me. I see what I see with the ANC right now. It's an act of desperation. But hey, it is part of politics. You have to be hungry and thirsty for it and desperate and wanted to get it. So I don't blame them.
Thank you very much. We'll give the last 2 minutes to E. Remy Gray. Then from there, we got to go to the phone line. Mr. Gray, your 2 minutes, sir.
You know, it only takes you one time for a snake to bite you, for you to even be afraid of a thread that is laying down across. Yomle has been bitten before. You understand? To say she will sit down and entrust a capital again in Ambassador Boyka because he has the capacity to make a pro temp, that you depending on a dead horse. And then secondly, we keep talking about impunity. You have a protege of PYJ going as the second in command who will likely run that government. Then you talking about ending impunity. You just spiraling the level of impunity or the height of impunity in our country. There is no way Prince Johnson would be in JMB's corner. And at the same time, we have we end impunity. It's not going to happen. And then secondly, let me say this. The problem with Yomble started once she decided that she wanted to be the running mate to another political party. So therefore, she traded everything she had. That woman was one of the most solid. And let's not forget that she was not elected. She was only appointed and she was serving an interim position until time for them to go to a convention. They went to a convention. Her term, that temporary term as political leader, ended. And this was where the struggle started. Now, if she were there, was she going to run as political leader? I mean, for the standard bearership of a party? Yes, but she has been suspended because she was not paying dues and all of this stuff. They have to fix that now, and before she can even have a clout in her party.
Thank you very much. You know, it's important that we do this. Very much important. I don't like it though. I love to argue, but it's important. We got to respect it. This is my problem before we go to the phone line. James and Chairman Baron, can you come on? I'm having issues with this because you know why? If Comey means well, and Comey's folks going to go crazy on me, it's okay. At least, Fagon, talk to me. At least. I hope I get my 2 minutes though, Isaac. If Comey's folks mean well, they should have taken Musa Beneti along with them. Musa, don't leave him in Nimba to go negotiate. You should have taken Musa Beneti along with them. It's okay if you only want to run on a ticket with Mr. Cummings. But this shows how desperate Mr. Cummings. I asked this question over and over. Who Mr. Cummings is going to carry? Nobody can answer. Give me 5 names. None. Sarah Beslow, Lemon Bowie, no answer. Madera Cooper, Tewangonglo, no answer. Folks, my fellow Liberian out there, Mr. Cummings is desperate right now. He have no one to take as his VP candidate. And because of that, he went all the way to Buchanan to beg Yombly. When I received the news and pictures, I said, should I put the picture up? He said, Stand, don't put the picture up yet. When I received the information, I said, but why Musa was left out? And today, as if I can sit on the show and say, Mr. Cummings, up to the day, he cannot recognize Yombly as a political leader of Liberty Party. That's a problem. The same reason why there's a fight in Liberty Party. The same reason why Musa get the party, Yombly get the people. The same reason why. Imagine seeing Mr. Cummings going to Liberty Party headquarters that day. We carry live that day. And Yombly, DeLong, every one of them was saying, hell no, it can't happen. Better to put his foot down. And the disrespected Yombly. Pure disrespect. But as a moderator, I yield 30 seconds back to myself.
See, now corruption can start.
Yeah, man. We'll put your crack down. But yeah, Yombly was disrespected. Mr. Cummings didn't intervene. But now you're taking the Bassa man, McIntosh, the Bassa man, Louis Brown, to go and beg. Hey, man. But I got a message for you guys, though, before we open the phone line, though. It won't work. It won't. Thank you very much for the 30 seconds, sir. It won't work. I will say this to everyone. Get vexed with me, say what you want to say. It will not work. Because you know what? Yombly picture is to be pro tem. Yombly know the conversation is happening. The committee have, right now, I'm speaking to you. They say, if Yombly want to go, let Yombly go. But the committee that support Yombly, we disagree. It won't work. Let's move on. Let's go to the phone line, folks. As if I respect you on your time, but I want to say at least keeping us in check. I want to say thank you very much for that clock. I hope we can get a better clock as if I to keep us in check. But it will not work. We will move on to the phone line. Folks, if you call, Alexander Cummings is asking Yombly Kanga Lawrence to be his running mate. Do you agree? Do you think everything Yombly went through with Liberty Party, she should agree? That's the only question we're asking right now. Open the phone line. Let's ask our fellow Liberian.
Good evening.
Hello? Yes? What is your name?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No,
your line is breaking up. Hope you
let's move on. You can call back.
This person. Hello? Hello?
I'm ANC member of ANC.
Okay.
But tonight, I'm suspect a member of ANC. They already missed.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, welcome to the program Spoon Talk.
Thank you, James. Good evening to the panelists.
Okay.
A pleasant good evening to my big brother, Camille Sargon. The name is good political name, the National Youth Chief Movement in support of.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your line is.
Man, is that you or that the people's cell phone? Because can you check?
That's it. That's the
Yes, check your set in the studio, man. We need to hear them.
Yeah, that's what's it. Good evening. Good evening. Wow, I think this is the. Yes, this is Spoon Talk.
Yeah,
wow. Yes, go ahead. I don't know what is happening.
I think the ANC poor problem, man.
Hello?
Yes?
James, can you come on that we can take some international call? James, come on that we can take international call. You gotta set that thing right.
ANC people when
set that thing right, Baron, because we need to hear from the people, Baron. Set it right, please. James, come on. Try again and do what you can do. Let's try to hear from our people. James? Put up the number. I get one Ojuku calling me. Let me take this call. He hang up. All right. I hope he can call back. I see that Uncle Pete was called in also. I can reach out to Uncle Pete. Guys, while he getting the line set up, James, do you have a call? Let me give you at least 30 seconds, Ava, because you're using your clock. 30 seconds real quick and we'll go to
30
James.
seconds. You guys are misinformed. You guys are setting a precedent and misinforming the Liberian people. You just screaming Mr. Cummings wanted to see Gonglo. There was no discussion between Mr. Cummings and Gonglo about the vice presidency. So I don't know who told you. Let them come in the public and say they told you and they saw what time Mr. Cummings went. Okay? Now, Mr. Cummings again.
So can we come back to you real quick because both lines are hot right now, but it's a good point that he didn't see Gonglo. I can tell you that he did though, because most of you guys are not informed. But let's move to Musa Keita. Musa, the question we asking though, Mr. Cummings, it seemed to be that he's asking Yombly, he visited Yombly to be his running mate. Is that a good decision? Well, I mean, what's your take, Musa?
She will remove the way it seems to be. Even if Mr. Cummings went to Buchanan, fight out to bring Yombly, is he right? Now, Mr. Cummings, let me tell you this. Long as I go Buchanan, if you get here tomorrow, go Buchanan, you go bring Yombly. Liberty Party is our party. We want Yombly to go with you if God agrees. Nobody will convince you not to go Buchanan. If you go Buchanan next time, take a whole Maserati Buchanan, Basa people will beg Yombly to come or ticket. It's not a bad idea. Other photo, Jeremiah Poon, they are coincidences today. Even we tell Yombly that we're going to Yombly on the other side will have problem, we want party to be unified. Yombly, please come back to Mr. Cummings so we have a unified ticket to go to the election, be a competitive competition. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Musa Keita. Musa Keita. Uncle Pete is calling me. You got somebody, James, before I take Uncle Pete?
Yeah, hello. Okay. Yeah, welcome. Your name, where you calling from?
Okay. Hi to my dear panelists. I'm Allison calling from Raw Island. I would like to. Yeah, hello. Yeah, James.
Go ahead, boss man. I told you to lower the monitor.
Yeah. Okay, I'm Allison calling from Raw Island. I will again say I would like to apologize to the Liberians for voting for CDC 2017 and this coming election. I'm neutral for October 10. After October 10, and then opposition that will go against the CDC-led government will be my support. I will give to them. So thank you for everybody on the panel. And
thank you very much. Let me take.
I don't know who you're drinking. You keep licking your lips.
Thank you. Let me take Uncle Pete real quick. Uncle Pete, go
ahead.
No,
please give me the man who said he neutral. Please give me his number. I want to talk to him.
Uncle Pete, go ahead real quick, please.
Yeah, I beg you, give me 2 minutes.
No, I'll give you 30 seconds, Uncle Pete.
Oh Lord, Jesus Christ. Well, let me tell you something. Yes, Alexander Cummings is anxious. Yes, Alexander Cummings is greedy. Alexander Cummings wants to save Liberia. America told us that we shouldn't do business with people that is sexual in our country. And we are still trying to do business with them. And you are there encouraging other people that are doing business with them. Yes, I know. You are anticipating to know who Alexander Cummings VP will be. He's not going to be like Joseph Wagai, promising Costa, promising Yomi, promising making promises all over and not fulfilling. Alexander Cummings will bring a vice president that you all will be surprised. We are going to do what they call political maturity. Most of you guys there on that scene.
Hey man, we are not losing Papa Pete, man. Papa Pete, please call back.
Hello.
Let me tell Ojuku. Ojuku, go ahead.
No, hold on.
Yeah, Stephen, how you doing? My name is Ojuku Nayutage. Stephen, can you just give me a minute to speak back to my sister, Yomi, please?
You got 1 minute, but you got to interpret though.
Yeah, I will. What's that? Can't for you. When I'm wearing them Ojuku enter here, on circle number 1 district, where I know you be at me. What are you crying? What are you carrying? Go on, when you can't chat. Then in Chile, and I okay, mine. All right, I just told I said, normally, there are more time ahead of you. When another door closed, another will open. Don't let the people put you in a political saga. Be yourself. Be the woman you are. Take your decision. If somebody said no, you don't have vice president, there's better day ahead. So don't kill your political life got deflecting now, people will take you to be a deflector. They will take you to somebody that do not stand for the cause.
Thank you.
Much, and I hope the message reach my sister.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have
James.
a call.
Go ahead for the studio. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Your name and where you calling from, sir?
Thank you very much, James. Good day. Good afternoon to all my good people. My name is UJ Johnson, calling from North Dakota, Fargo. You know, I mean, the information that I'm just hearing from our CEO, our former CEO, just making me go laugh. And I will always say this to Mr. Kumi. You always sit on the old mark to plant the new one. But that remark that Mr. Kumi made that he don't want to go, he will never go with anybody that ain't watching him today. Now you see what is happening. You had the opportunity to go with JMP to be the next president of the Republic of Liberia. Now you're struggling now to even get a stable vice president or a vice president that Liberian people will say yes. We know our iron lady, Madam Kanga, they have nowhere to go. Nobody will never ever go as vice president. She's not rushing with nothing.
All right.
That lady is our tenant protein. That lady will never go with Mr. Kume. That remark he made, I don't continue today. And let me say to you, good and far close. The cases that he made with Mr. Boyka to go on that old man, to clear him way to be the next president of the country, he finished missing it at the end to a presidency. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I got the last caller from my end. Prince, talk to us before we go in studio.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much, Senator. Senator, your dictation on the Cummings leadership, Cummings is one person that will do all he can to unite Liberia as much as possible politically and also in terms of reconciliation. So if you're saying that he's desperate and that's why he's going to Yombi-Kanga, I would agree with you. He's desperate. He's desperate for change in Liberia. He's desperate for, to fight against that divisive politics. He's desperate against the politics that thinks that you're on the other side and I'm on the other side. So I'm glad Cummings is reaching out to everyone, and I'm glad that he's sticking with his message. His message that he will build a bigger tent, and anyone who wants to come on that tent to be able to transform Liberia, he will welcome them. So thank you very much for allowing the Liberian people to know that Cummings is indeed desperate to transform Liberia for the better.
Thank you very much, Prince.
By the way, he's the fixer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you.
Hello.
Let's go to the studio. Baron.
Your name. Okay, let me get through with this call. Let me just drop this call. Your name, where you calling from?
Look, my name is C. I'm calling from Australia. Just want to speak on the show today pertaining this whole issue.
You have 30 minutes, sir. Please.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. I'm sorry. 30 minutes.
No worries.
Yeah.
Look, nobody has the right to do whatever she wants to do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the UP also were the same people that promised her what she has to do. Promised her the VP ship. At the end of the day, they disgrace her. Comey did the same. So look, there is no other thing here. The woman is not safe. Comey is not safe. Whoever that she wants to go to, they will go to whoever that she chooses. I was hearing how to call him the old man, Prince Johnson the last time was talking about Nema Kante and whatever. Look, I'm a Guillaume man, and I don't stand by him. He's not a godfather. We've already paid him in Nema Kante. We are done with him. So
all right.
Whatever happened, we are done.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Who do we have? Can we take 5
I
calls?
got one caller here, man. I got one caller.
Hello. What is your name? Where do you come from?
I'm activist Jeremiah Tike Kuba, and I call you from my residence here in Addington Estate.
Jeremiah, you just have 1 minute. Welcome to Spoon Talk.
Thanks so kindly for the show. What I have to say is this. Send this extra star take over as president. Like, bro, this is the greatest disaster that ever happened to us. And his days are numbered. Come October 10, we are going to voting out and having excommunicated from our country politically. Thanks so kindly for the show.
Thank you. This person, good evening.
This person from Australia.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
All right, my name is Mr. Hina D. Christopher H., and I call from Kakata tonight.
Okay.
Okay, let me appreciate the full family in Queen Awasi, and welcome to Dr. Francesco Latirio. Let me say this. If Mr. Cummins, I went to Buchanan to talk to Young, and the old man who Young working with over the past time, not seeing a qualification, and left her and pick another person in front of her.
All right.
And somebody went back to say, oh, okay, Mama, no matter what happened, come back. Let us be together. What's the crime?
All right, no crime. There's no big deal. Let's take our international.
We got somebody here.
It's
Somebody on the
an
line.
international call. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Siddiqui, go ahead.
My question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Right now, I'm not a
wait,
neutral guy, but I just want to ask Stanton and Eugene Fagon for
ANC put it to answer a question.
if Comey had gone to Waka and normally going to.
The therefore not working. You forcing him to call.
Don't let him know the move. That's all.
Yeah, the line.
It's putting fear and something in their spine. The Georgia Baka people.
My man, get off that Metro PCS, but let's go to Alpha. Alpha, yeah, ANC.
Okay, go ahead.
So.
And I call you for district number 2 in Mosbadu County. What I want to say to CEO Waterspoon and the rest of the panelists, like as Fadiga or whosoever.
I'm going to begin.
No, I'm going to
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, what I want to say to you guys is this. Mr. Cummins will continue to engage all Liberians in the best interest of Liberia. And very soon, the soup we are cooking, that soup will done. We will be going to Gambia, Nimakan on the 13th of this month for our convention. And once the VP or the entire leadership of the next government is announced at the convention in Nimakan, the whole country will take. This victory will make sure that this victory is secure for Alexander Benedict Cummins comes October 10. Nothing's going to stop that. The propaganda against Mr. Cummins about his VP pick, about Yombly or whosoever, they are very wise enough. If you understand it. If you can come on your show tonight and criticize.
So as if I don't give your man 2 minutes now, but we got to go back.
You tell me.
Siddiqui, we'll call you back, my man. Thank you very much for calling Asset Phone. Let's move on. Take 2 more callers in Liberia, and then we can do our closing. We got 8 minutes to go.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Yes. What is your name and where do you come from?
My name is Fode Lawrence Kamara. I call you from Chicken Lomaya.
Quickly, Lawrence.
Yeah. Tonight my first time to make a call on the contribution of the political discussion. I got it from the opposition. What we seek for is the unity among the opposition. But tonight, really, I call. Yes, on the question the first year asked. I'm hearing Iremi Gray. I'm hearing as if that we're pushing the figure tonight. What is it good? What the Kumi Yombri. But the same people that were criticizing or Yombri, then he or what is that of Francesco saying, Yombri is not qualified to be a leader.
One more call. Thank you, my friend. Loma Ya, we send a shout out to Loma Ya, everybody in Loma Ya, Chicken Soup Factory. Thank you guys for listening to Spoon Talk. Take the last call.
Can I take one call for me?
After Byron. Byron, take the last call.
Hello?
Hold on. Okay.
This is Spoon Talk.
Good evening to my friend.
Thank you tonight. And my name is Michael Williams, and I join you tonight from Kingsville.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Eugene Fagon and some of you, Stanton Wilson. It is the open ministry, brother. Straight to the issue. You see, I don't know, we've been saying this thing for some past about Alexander Cummings. You see, told him, try to go behind this old man so that he can get close to the presidency. But I think that when we're saying there, Cummings was the closer to being president 2029, beyond that. I think Mr. Kumi has gone far, very far for presidential. Now, you see, everything we were saying before is not happening to him now. He's wonderful.
Thank you. He has gone
Hey,
far.
we thank you guys. We know you guys really want to talk on this, but we all of time. Al Hussein, Fadika take the last call, and we got to do the closing.
Yeah, this call from Bon County for a listener in Bon County that just called it. Go ahead. Your name and where you calling from?
A former supporter of AMC, key member. This is the problem that makes some all lead the AMC. He can't telling Mr. Kumi the truth. That's one of the questions I posed to him when he came in. You think all the people who telling Mr. Kumi strong, it will make win election? Why are you saying? Most of the guys that in the state that knows me, bro. Even say Howard I came here. They know what I did there. But they boy say lying to this man will not make him president. My people, y'all learned the lesson today. Just few days ago, the party chairman AMC resigned and joined the National Patriotic Party in Bon County here. But we need to stop and rally around one another so we can move the nightmare from in power. Visit the hospital. Y'all can come see what is going on. Common paracetamol you need to pay for it before your people take it. I lost my mother in that same situation in Bangladesh. So people need to go for drug party. Get a paper in Bon County. She knows they out. It's not secret. But how would they leave power when we fighting one another? I see ANC people attacking Joe Boga. No condition you can compare.
Let me ask this one real quick. Did he just say that the chairperson? Did he just say the chairperson of ANC resigned and joined NPP?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday. He resigned.
He resigned. Yeah.
He resigned the whole policy and joined NPP.
I hope you're in Moravia to join us on the set for us to talk. But thank you very much for calling on and joining the show. We just want to say thanks. We gotta go. Everybody entitled to the 30 minutes, 30 seconds or so, or 1 minute, something like that. But not
which one? Decide. Which one?
No, we're gonna do 1 minute 30 seconds. Let's do that. But let me go first. Because I have to leave the office. I got about 3 minutes here. I want to say it was a beautiful show, folks. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'm grateful to God, and I'm so blessed that tomorrow, the 4th of May, I will be celebrating my birthday quietly, happily with families and friends. I want to say you guys are not invited. Thank God for going. It's not here. He's in Tennessee. Al Fadika, Remy Gray, Ava. You guys are going to be having a wonderful show tomorrow. It's a good thing. God bless me to see another birthday this year. May 4th is the day. Every one of you that will send a birthday greetings, I appreciate. Every one of you that have called me, I appreciate. I received a call from Wade Power today. She thought today was my birthday, and I said it's tomorrow. She said, "Oh, can I see you?" I said, "No, Wade. You know Wade is here in the state, but I bless God for Wade Power." And also, I want to say to all my friends and all my fellow Liberians, my family, say thank you for all the many birthday greetings that may come my way. I'm blessed to be in your presence. I'm blessed. God is in control. Now, please don't get mad. I will say this and I will leave. I remember I put that in my bad. I was a birthday announcement. Now I'm going to do my closing back. Yeah, man. But let me say this. Don't get mad real quick. We are not mad at Mr. Cummings going around, finding his running mate. No, not at all. But something has to take place. There should be a reconciliation between Yombly and Bidity. And I think Mr. Cummings should first of all call for that meeting. You cannot go to Yombly and say, I want your support. I want you to support me. I want you to be my VP. And there's an issue, the big gorilla in the room, who is Bidity. The party. That should be solved. 1. 2, whether Yombly going to leave her current position, promise that were made to her, they are taking this committed position. They're going to present this to Unity Party and say, if we support you, this is what we want. If you only decide to join Cummings, if we support you, this is what we want. Mr. Cummings get from now to the 13th to decide. Joseph Boaka, they are all in conversation. Hence Bashu, Darius, DeLon, everybody talking. Make no mistake. And I can announce to you, there's a lot of meeting happening. Rescue 2, Jeremiah Kuhn, talking now, he engaged in Bandai Euro right now. Listen, I can say it because I know it and it's true. He was able to go and meet Bandai Euro today, or they will meet tomorrow. They're going to talk. Who said they didn't meet DeLon? They met DeLon. Remember, I tell that thing about with
Time's up.
They met DeLon.
I mean, you're not respecting the time. You
see, the guys, they interrupted me. They will meet. I'm the birthday guy, but you give me extra time, please. They will meet everybody, and they will come up to some framework. Let's educate our fellow Liberians. Be not deceived. When Fagon talk about the senator playbook, I will leave you with this clip from Jimmy, the NPP chairman, or you can call him the stand-up bearer. James, can you put that up real quick? Trust me. UP negotiating, CPP negotiating, CDC negotiating, but you got to come to the table.
Coming from Kaloke to Plibo, a 22-kilometer distance. We're sleeping in Manolu for 2 days. Then we are alive. Let's just say that 200 Manolu. That is there 22 kilometers from Kaloke to Plibo. Women used to sleep there 2 days. I myself, coming from Oreo, slept right in Manolu, just 10 kilometers away from Plibo. Today, got paved road. I didn't see talking. But the only time I and you saw paved road in Maryland, I told the people in there that I am an MPP president and I'm going to change.
Well, let me close. I will leave you with that. And folks, listen. He said the only time you saw paved road was the Unity Party. What's the Unity Party?
In Maryland or in Plibo?
And you got to listen to this. It's important. We can play again when you're ready to speak. We can play a call for it. You got to listen to this, though. It's important. The senators are coming together again. Prince Moi, Jimmy, we saw speaking. DeLon, they're coming together. Yombly, they're coming together. Bocha, they're coming together. All these people there, they are moving. Let's be smart as Liberian people. Regardless, this is about opposition now. This is about opposition. You have to think before you vote. Some issues happening in Lofa and Nimba, and I hope I have asked the current CEO of the Spoon Network if she can send her guys to Nimba and Lofa. Guess what happening? Go to bed with this one. When the people go vote, they say the machine spoil. To register to vote, they say machine spoil. The people want to go register, the place empty. How many more days left? Political leaders need to speak on these things. Don't be surprised if they say Nima get only 200,000 and Lofa get only 150,000. Don't be surprised because people are not registering to vote. But go to the southeastern part of the country. Go to Sando, go to Maryland. Go over those places and see. No problem in registration. But if you go to Nimba, if you go to Lofa, and places that are stronghold for opposition, they have a serious problem. Fagon can say, hear me and hear me well. Better you cry wolf now than to wait election over and you start crying. Send your people there, be out witness, document, and National Election Commission need to hear this one, or else you will be sleeping and the train will pass you by. Folks, I want to say thank you very much. God bless.
CEO, before you leave, please check your WhatsApp. I'll send you a picture. I mean, you can bring this as a news as well.
The smart material.
The man sent the picture.
I can send it to him too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's here. Can James pull it up? James, can you pull it up? I mean, it's all here. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. And you guys taking this, it can be the Cummins, the Boyka, the Tewon, the Simon Freeman, Mandela Cooper. Spoon cannot do it all. You're getting 9 years old, 11 years old, very struggling to vote, and you're sitting there sleeping, running to say who will be your VP. You will sit down there, CDC will beat you, and you will be crying, say the people cheated you. Again, this is a warning. I hope political leaders can gather themselves and fight this corrupt behavior. Till we meet again, may God bless you. May God keep you. May God bless our beloved country, Liberia. Have a good night. I won't be here tomorrow, but the guys will be here tomorrow. Thank you. Take care,
Father
guys.
God bless the pastor too. Amen. Ava, start your time clock. Who's going first?
Let me go.
Okay. Ava, start the time. There you go. There are 3 children and you see that with a voter card.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Let's do 2 minutes, man. They may run away. 2 minutes.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. Before leaving, Stanton was talking about political leaders should talk. So far, there's only one political leader talking. All the rest are, most of them are bobo. And when the political leader talks, which is Cummins, then they say you're too anxious for power. Now he wants political leader to talk. So which is which? Either you talk or you don't talk. And when it comes to talking, I know definitely we can give that to Cummins. Cummins has been talking. Some people don't even hear their voice. They don't even know their voices anymore. And one of the things I want to talk about is the fact that we are talking about bringing an establishment. Then this election again is about 3 things: either the past, the current, or the future. If you think your past was better than your future, then go for the past. The thing about it is we're all talking about Mr. Cummings should have gone to become running mate to VP Buckeye. Look, let me tell you something. The intelligence some of us can receive, if we talk it on this show, sometimes some people just get angry with us, which I don't care. Look, in this world, there are 2 things that can happen to you, just like Jesus. People will hate you to the core, or some people will just like you. Just go with that, flow with that. Regardless, that's why I don't look at the conversation when it's going on. The thing is, Ambassador Buckeye did not want Cummings as VP, clearly, and that was because of the tribal card, country Congo. I'll stop here.
Al Hussein.
All right. I'll laugh 5 seconds before I go into this. Look, our good friends on the ANC and all the guys, my thing, and I will stick to my gun. I pray that God restrain me from attacking any political leader in this process. I know it's going to be difficult.
Amen.
I know it's going to be difficult, but I will restrain myself, because I do know that this election is not about the quality of the vote, but the quantity, and about who is ready and who the Liberian people believe they are ready to rally behind to move this thing forward. Every time, look, in America, politicians denigrate one another, say the worst thing. Whenever it comes down to voting, they all get behind one candidate and they go and canvass for those same people and campaign for them. That is the art of democracy. That is what happened to get everybody involved, irrespective of our differences. Look, America has sanctioned people all the time. Sanctioning an individual should no way be construed as sanctioning an entire country or looking for accomplices. No, it was never meant to damage or hurt the entire nation. As we go to these elections, I want us to look for this. If you want to convince me, don't convince me that your candidate is better. I see we got several candidates that I can say would be way better than this administration. What I do know is that convince the Liberian people that you can come second to George Weah, and I will stick to that. If you can come second to George Weah, that means the Liberian people want you. At this point, I know that Ambassador Joseph Yuman Boyka is the guy that can come second, for which I'm going to give him my support, and we're going to do everything to ensure that he's elected come October 10th. Arrest.
Avatupa?
Yeah.
Y'all see your own time. Don't answer me.
No, y'all keep my time. Y'all keep my time and make it fair.
Oh, we want you to put it on the scene when they will see it.
Okay. So, it's really, really premature for Hassan or Al to tell somebody that Mr. Cummings got to convince somebody before they can come support him. No. You as a voter have to see the qualities in the individual. And that's the problem with our whole democracy. Our people don't understand democracy in terms of how to analyze candidates. So that's why we're very tribal, we're very ethnic, we're very emotional in how we seek our, candidates, whether for the legislature or for the presidency. So we need to disabuse our people of that notion, Hassan. The other thing is Eugene and Stanton were here providing emotional falsities. There were no truth to some of the things they were saying. No senator playbook working. 19 senators were with Vice President Boyka in 2017. They didn't win. The senators do not control the votes in their counties. Let's make that clear. Even the stakeholders don't. At the end of the day, the people themselves will go vote and decide. Now, can I say that, they pay for a vote works? Yeah, it works. People are hungry. And there's something called kafu. For most of the people who don't know, when you use somebody money, it's difficult to go against them. But seriously, this is the time where the people must eat the people money and not vote. Where they're using our resources to get them to vote. So I'm really, really asking the Liberian people, this is a critical juncture in our politics. People have to decide what they want. Do you want a stagnant Liberia? Vote for Weah. Do you want something that basically incremental, maybe you will relieve us 2 years, then, we'll look, all the hard time come back, vote for Boyka. If you want a visionary leader, if you want a better future, if you want an opportunity for your children and your grandchildren to have a foundational basis that they can move this country forward, you vote for Mr. Alexander Cummings. The choices are very clear. Thank you.
Well, thank you, E. Remy Gray, and thank you, Al Hussein Fadiga. Thank you, Asif Atuba. Was my 2 minutes. I'm ready to roll. Folks in Radio Land, this is your humble servant, Eugene Labing. Betuma Fagon. You know what I predict? It's going to be the senator's playbook. And the reason is very simple. In the 6 years President Weah got elected, he only went on a counter tour one time, in my opinion. Made several promises, never went back there. It was the legislators, and in particular the senators, who bore the brunt of the suffering for the people. They are the ones who have decided now to remove President Weah for failed promises. I've got no choice but to make a choice. But between the 3 or 4 choices I have to make, all 4 of them are better than President George Weah. So whether it be Kumis or Moniba, Gonglu, it don't matter to me. What matters is that he should be removed. But I will say to you, ask yourself, Madam Salif was willing to carry the old man for 12 years as her VP. If she had died in plane crash or anything bad had happened to her, he would have been your president. Why today they don't want him to be president? Have you asked yourself why? So again, I put it back to you, the voters. Why don't they want their old man to be president? Well, if you find the answer, let me know. But I'll leave you with this. All of you tonight, when it comes to who's the front runner, it's JMB. Who's leading? It's JMB. So I will tell you one thing. Don't waste the vote. Let's not divide the vote. Just give it to one opposition leader who's already in the lead and we will win easy. Thank you. On behalf of the network, I'd like to thank James Goudet Flomo, my friend Baron. I'd like to extend my thanks and appreciation to Colonel Iremi Gray, Al Hussein Fadiga, the Honorable Isaac Vatuba for such a splendid program. I was late because I had to buy a table and I had to buy a comfortable chair to be able to do your job. It cost me, but I'm going to defer the bill to the opposition. Cummins gets to pay a huge amount from the total amount because he has the most money.
Hey,
Thank you for having us.
Jim, when are you coming? When are you coming back to Minnesota, man? You got family here?
You're Cheche Pole.
My man, come here. Come, my brother. Lots of things here, man.
That's why I said Fatuba call. I was say begin with you call. Yeah, trying with me.
I'm saying myself, they been down the road before. They know.
Thank you.
Now, like the other been
I
Eugene,
look. Sometimes you're talking the thing. Sometimes somebody frustrated, they take certain actions, you know.
Yeah.
No, not frustrated. No, let me just say the one thing. You see that why?
But man, you can say you're not frustrated. You upset or you frustrated. One on the two.
Upset over something. I'm frustrated that the library people are not getting what they want. But I hate when people look. The last time I met Mr. Cummins, you were there. It was in Ghana. I met you, Mr. Cummins, in Ghana. I sat 2 seats behind him in business class. I paid my own ticket in business class near Mr. Cummins. We chatted a little and we chatted. Nobody gave me money to support Mr. Cummins. I'm an independent. I support what I want, what I believe is right for the Liberian people. I'm just saying that to say that you and myself were saying that you met me in Ghana, met Mr. Cummins, you say, oh, let a minute go talk to him. And when I spoke to him, I told him, Mr. Cummins, thank you for what you're doing. We stand behind you. Few 6 months to the elections, I'm staying right there. What is at stake? I look at the bigger picture. You have to marry opposition. We are all entitled to our position. And you stubbornly keep our position and stick to it. That's your business. Like I said, more important to me right now is opposition unity. I know the value we have. We stand little chance. We can do all the things. I pray that all the opposition political leaders lend their voice today. Ring in the overzealous supporters. They should not just sit down in the background and let the people be 40. Ring in your people. Tell them to direct their attention at President Weah. He is the one stealing the money. That's nobody.
I'm looking at the chat line. They say you're a very handsome guy. All the people that used to say you damn ugly and stuff. They also you're a beautiful man. You're the most beautiful guy they've ever seen in their entire life. You know, it just shows what a difference one day makes. My brother, whatever
well, the difference now is the wind is blowing in, Ambassador. You
used to call me saying, man, the point for the no, I know. Hey,
you see?
You used to call me.
You're talking too much. I'll say Ambassador Weah. He didn't say Ambassador Boyka. You didn't
Ambassador Boyka. I mean, take that name from my mom. God forbid, watch that name. It's an abomination. Ambassador Boyka. I prayed. If you listen, let me correct that you here. I do not intend to even call that many. I wish I would never mention that name. It's an abomination, Ambassador Boyka. I mean. Look,
you know this is politics. Politics is fluid. It's very dynamic.
That's how it is.
It can change. Like somebody said today, 1 week can change plenty of things. One day utterance can change plenty of things. Right now, the fixer is trending. The fixer hot. You can't stop the fixer. Look,
who they y'all? Y'all supposed to be
the people want the rescuer.
So let me tell you. Let me feel it now. It will let you talk General Fadiga. That is show after the show here now. That is show after the show. Just legendary. So
no, y'all got 1 more minute, man. Look at Baron not jump
on. Baron Abrace on the screen. Okay, Baron, understand. Y'all gotta go.
They gotta go organize.
Yeah, Baron.
We'll continue.
I'm worried about good day. I'm not worried about good day at all.
But when you worry about Baron, you get off. Baron, you controlling the.
No, that's only I worry about Baron for.
No, Baron gotta go home.
Charisma, you know Charisma.
Charisma, who Bella?
Yeah.
Oh, I play man going.
Now where he going or I play here?
Oh, I play here.
Eugene, let too much gazebo. Seriously.
Okay, let be so. Tomorrow I'll call you on the show. Who's your fiance? And y'all
Oh, okay.
You reach that far, me I get argue there. Baron second demand.
And I see Barrow.
Start that thing. You
I
don't
see
give
Barrow.
The man is the deputy. The man is the deputy to Benzema.
Oh yeah, I see Barrow. Okay.
But is it? But Barrow, you strong man because it's that one on fire. She can get.
But what man gotta go home. Look, on behalf of the network, we say good night. It was a great show. Thanks for having us. Thank you, Liberian people. Good night.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon.
Well, this is how I love to take leave of you. The invitation is yours to join us tomorrow for another splendid edition of the program Spoon Talk. My name is Barra. I've been here with the rest of our friends. And thank you for your listening role, for your participatory role as well. Good night from my end. Bye-bye.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you.